We love. Let me know if y'all can hear me and everything before I get started. Cause I don't know when, like, after I press live, I don't know when it allows y'all to like actually start hearing my voice. I don't know if it's immediately or I don't know. But yeah, we live. This is a Q&A again. Trying to give you guys a chance to ask me some good questions again. Also, you know, me trying to test and see if I can do live streams in my room, right here in my room, so that I don't have to be outside and be live. Because, you know, I live in the streets of New York City. You know, it's a lot going on, especially where I live at here in Brooklyn. It's be too much going on outside, so I would much rather be right here, you know, and be live. You know, y'all get to see a much better energy from me. Because I'm a different person out there in those streets versus how I am, you know, in a, I wouldn't say in the comfort of, but just like at least I know I'm in a space where like I'm by myself, no distractions, I don't gotta watch my back, things of that nature. So I hope to have a great live stream with you guys and just a great talk about life, about blood retention, and about my plans with you know, my plans for 2023, being involved with the semen retention community, and how I look to completely shift the entire community. And I'm gonna do it single-handedly with the help of you guys that, you know, take the information on that I give you. But this is an open talk, so if you guys have anything that you would like to speak about pertaining to life, you know, manhood, female nature, you know, I'm trying to get better with interacting with comments and questions because sometimes when certain questions trigger me to like go off on a, I wouldn't say a tangent, but you know, like I don't like to make people feel like I'm not, you know, like I'm not willing to answer their question or I'm not paying attention to their question. Unless it's like a really like childish, dumb question, you know, like I would like for you guys to try to be adults and ask me something that you would really like to know, really would like some clarity on, because I do this shit. Like I really do this shit. Um, yeah, so shout out to everybody in the building. He said, eating my chickpea and kidney beans pasta, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you taking on the knowledge. That's great. Good for you. Good for you. This live is going to be fire. You already know. And you know how I do, bro. You know how I do. Peace, peace, peace to everybody in the building. So I want to start, you know, with putting you guys on the hot seat. What questions do you guys have for me pertaining to anything? And we can go from there. Or if you would like for me to start up a conversation, we can also do that as well. Um, but yeah, one thing I love about this diet is that I love, you know, how this diet has been healing me from the inside out. That's one thing I love. Okay, we got a question. What do you think about this gender war that's being pushed? That's a great question. So, first of all, what do I think about the gender war that's being pushed? I think that this gender war that's going on between the men and the women of this world that are getting on this internet platform of all forms of platforms expressing themselves about how they feel about, you know, just each other, like how men feel about women and then how women feel about men. Honestly, since it's been going on, I haven't really been seeing it go anywhere. I don't know if, you know, I don't really know anybody's intentions behind what it is that they are looking to provide to this gender war when they involve themselves in it. But I don't really see it helping. I just feel like the men feel attacked by the women and the women feel attacked by the men. So everybody just is annoyed with the dating world, and obviously with a whole bunch of other things that we can get into. I just make people have a standoffish vibe. So when they kind of, purveying a message, and a woman is maybe listening to a man purvey a message, and the dude that's in the video knowing that he's speaking to a large crowd of women, that she may get triggered by what it is that he's saying. It's like these people know what they're doing. These people that are involved in this gender war between men and women, they know how to, from their own personal experience, right? It's a lot of men out here that are very experienced, but out here just having sex or just being in the dating world, and women as well. So it's like they're using the things that they've learned, and it's like they know that it's a lot of women that can maybe relate to a certain message that it is that he's trying to put out there. So he would put that message out there looking for maybe other guys to, say that they agree with the facts that he's spitting. And I don't know, it just doesn't, the point I'm trying to make is that it just doesn't really feel like, on a men's side of things, it doesn't feel like they're really trying to come to a common ground with the women. It doesn't feel like they're trying to end the war. It kind of seems like they just want to, you know, it really does come off like women are being bashed. And on the women's side of things, it really does come off like they are just bashing men by saying things like that. They don't want to deal with a broke nigga. But then if you look at statistics, it shows that the majority of the world is full of men that are broke, that make a certain wage, the majority of men. So, for women to understand that most men have regular jobs, most men are not rich. It's a small quantity of men that are rich. And it's a small quantity of men that can really do certain things in this world because they have lack of resources. And when these women get up here and they say certain things and they act certain ways, they know that that's going to trigger a lot of men, and they know that it's going to be a lot of other women that will agree to that because they move in a certain kind of way. So I don't know, I just feel like somebody has to get involved with this whole gender war. And then you got women out here that are making these YouTube channels that are taking the sides of men. I've been seeing that as well. I've seen a few YouTube channels that are women involved, that they are taking the sides of men, and it's pretty unique content. I say that, but I don't know. It still doesn't really feel like they're helping. Still, just kind of feels like one side is getting attacked. And I don't think that that's gonna help anything. So, me myself, I would like to get involved in this whole gender war and relay messages that wouldn't make either common understanding. I guess that's my take on the whole gender war that's going on. If you have any more questions pertaining, you said it's lagging. Is it lagging for anybody else? Okay. Did it lag only once? What kind of lag was it? Did it like cut my voice off? Oh, just once. And it cut my voice off, so you didn't catch what I said? It stopped me completely. Yeah, so like, did it cut my voice off though? Or the last bit? Okay, yeah, pretty much what I was saying was that I would like to get involved with this whole gender war that's going on and just make some valid points that doesn't come off like I'm trying to attack either side, because I would assume that the common we both have a common goal, which is trying to come to understanding so that men and women can coexist, better. Um, I'm sure that's the common goal. So, but I just think that psychologically, the space that men and women are in today's time, I don't really think that they have the mental capacity to to even be able to do that. I feel like both sides, carry this sort of like energy and vibe and the way that they talk and this anger that they have and this frustration that they have for the dating world and for the opposite sex, each side, that when they relay that message, it just doesn't really help anything. It just adds to the problem. Even if they talking facts, it still don't help. It's like it almost seems like people are only want to get involved within this gender war because they want to maybe get some sort of profit off of it. Women know that if they take a man's side and she's a woman that's making content, taking a man's side, she can be a successful content creator. Men know if they just get on their channel on the red pill shit, talking about female nature all day, they can make profit. Women, making content for other women about how men ain't shit, they can make profit. So it just seems like it's a bunch of people nowadays that just want to go viral and have a bunch of people under their comments dropping 100 and more like, yeah, bro, these women, bro, they done. And honestly, that's not gonna really help anything. So it seems like people don't really care to help. That people just want to, see what they can get out of the situation because we live in a world full of people that have a mindset of defeat. Once they see that the world is in a certain shape, they kind of just submit to it because they don't have a strong enough spirit and mind to want to make, a positive change because they don't feel like they have the ability to do that. Because whatever shape the world is in, the world is just in that shape and they just feel like there's nothing that they can do about it. So they just kind of submit to it and allow it to happen instead of feeling like you yourself can, you know, contribute in a way that can help. I wouldn't say help, but like, you know what I mean? Like contribute in a way that doesn't add to the problem, but maybe can help men and women get to a common understanding. Um, so did I lag at all while I was talking just now? Is everything good before I continue? No, we're okay. You can only change the world if you change yourself. Exactly. Anyway, man, most people ain't even got the awareness to do introspection. Absolutely not. They don't. They don't. A lot of times when people wake up, or when not even wake up, when people, go in a certain environment, for example, and it's a bunch of people in that environment that have a certain kind of energy. We live in a world where people just submit to the bad energy that's in the air instead of, you know, people are not in tune enough to know that you can control how you feel about things. And just because you may be in an environment that may not be the best energy, instead of you submitting to the negative energy, you can do something about that. You can exit yourself out the situation and you can also, you know, put your positive energy into the negative space and you can completely shift the energy completely. That is the power of positive energy. Is that you can be in a room full of negativity and as long as you have the will to stay positive, that you can completely shift the entire room. Like for example, I'm the type of guy that no matter where I go in New York City is, New York City is full of bad vibes. But no matter where I go, because I'm so caught up in my own space, my own vessel, my own energy, can't nobody just have a bad energy and just shift how I feel. But see, the difference is that, once you start having a friend group and a girlfriend that you care about and all that type of shit, that's where you can become weak because now it's different from like going in random environments, being around random people versus, actually investing emotions and feelings for, a specific friend group or a girlfriend. And you keep on invest in emotions. So it makes those encounters a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? So most people don't realize that the world actually ended back in 2012. After that, the decade periods have changed drastically. That majority of people don't realize it. He said the world ended in 2012. I don't know. Maybe that's that extra spiritual shit, but this is where y'all start to lose me. The world ended. That's a very bold statement to relay. And I don't know if you mean literally. I don't know if you mean like, because of what's going on in the universe nowadays, as far as with agendas that's being pushed. I don't know if that's what you mean, but I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, that you kind of lost me with that. Does anybody else have any other questions though? Any other questions? Okay, he said, is it me or does time feel like time moving fast than usual this year? This year went by fast. I don't know. I think that's something that people always end up saying when a year comes to an end. Everybody ends up saying that the year went by fast. I don't know if people notice that that's like something common to say towards the end of the year. But me personally, I think it depends on the person when it comes to time moving fast. I feel like me personally, I would say, yeah, time feels like it's always moving pretty fast, but I feel like that only is happening for me only because I feel like I'm in a certain space in my life spiritually and things of that nature where, you know, I'm just not caught up with certain things. So like my days move are a lot smoother. Um, so yeah, that's my opinion on that. He said, "Are you done with Indian food?" Well, I would like to be. I would actually like to be because I don't really have the care for it anymore. It's definitely great food, but I just still at the end of the day, I just don't trust outside food at all. And I would like to just be raw. I would like to just be completely raw, and just eat things like, raw nuts, like raw almonds, pistachios, cashews. Um, about 10 to 12 ounces, which is a lot of benefits. A lot of benefits. So, I mean, I guess I am done with Indian food. Yeah, I guess I'm done. I said, nah, because I heard that the Earth speed up every year, and and if you think about it, time is made by us. It's not natural, so for real, they can tell us whatever. Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Any other questions? I know you title of the video. If you want to ask a question that pertains to the title of this video of semen retention being, you know, what did I say? Semen retention being surface level. It's very surface level, and I feel like as long as people don't understand that, it's gonna be a bunch of people that practice semen retention and no fap and never conquer themselves at all. Like it's just not gonna happen. Like, these YouTube channels could keep trying to push that shit as much as they want to, but semen retention and no fap itself is not gonna change anything. You know, if you get a dopamine rush from the sites, you also get a synthetic dopamine rush from sugar. So what will be the point of you on a no-fap detox from dopamine, you know, a synthetic dopamine detox? You want a synthetic dopamine detox on no-fap. So, you know, then you eat sugar. Then at that point, it's just like, now you get another synthetic dopamine rush. Or now you got a bunch of social media apps that you on that you be scrolling on. That's also giving you a kind of synthetic dopamine rush. Um, Semen retention is very slow, and I've ascended past it. I don't care to just hear about semen retention itself, because we on blood retention, and I'ma completely change a lot of people's lives with that shit, bro. So many people. I feel like ever since I stopped eating meat, I can eat more food and my stomach feels light, bro. Never thought about it that way. All right. I don't know why people think that when you hear about something like semen retention and nofap, that is the gateway, when it's not. It's just the beginning. Um, it's just the beginning. It's not enough. You have people that practice semen retention that wouldn't practice celibacy. You know, that's what blood retention is also about. Celibacy. And I'm talking about completely celibate. No, no getting head, no hand jobs, and no kissing. You know, no contact with the opposite sex at all. And I just feel like a lot of these semen retention and no-fap content creators really just want to push and push and push the fuck out that message because they are looking to do business with you guys. And I mean, at the end of the day, of course, I can't knock them for wanting to get their money. So, but I feel like semen retention and no-fap is just a business. They see that it's a bunch of doodle heads in the community that don't have, you know, an open enough mind to see that semen retention and no-fap really ain't gonna do shit for you. Which is why, if you think about it, why do you think that most of these content creators' content is repetitive? Why do you think that? It's repetitive because what the fuck is there for them to tell you besides don't relapse a bunch of times? What else is there to tell you? What else is there to tell you besides stay away from these sites, bro? Don't relapse. You gotta hold your seed. Your seed is your life force energy. I'm gonna quote a cat because how you gonna tell me that semen retention is gonna open my third eye, no fap is gonna open my third eye when you the type of nigga that behind the scenes is still eating shit like Chinese food and burgers and chicken wings and deep fried food, and you don't even understand the difference between being careful about not using vegetable oils because vegetable oils are literally killing you from the inside out. Oh, but y'all not ready for that conversation. You're not ready for the conversation that oils are also an agenda. That you can't be going to these random restaurants that use a certain kind of oil because most of these cheap ass restaurants don't care about you as a consumer. Why would they care about you? Because they know that all you care about is just coming to buy a sandwich that tastes good. You don't care about what kind of oil they use. Let me tell you something about oil that you may not know. Vegetable oils, like canola oil, and all of those cheap name brand oils, it's a million of them, right? Those oils are made to also kill you from the inside out. you know, hijacking your cells and killing your cell walls, breaking down your cell walls, taking cells away from your body, destroying you from the inside out. And it's such a big movement that's being pushed for like black people to be so big on just deep fried food, like, you know, and I feel like that is also an agenda to, you know, kill a bunch of black people from the inside out. And black people black people's bodies are in the worst condition, you know. And when I say black people, I want to be specific. I want to say that when I mean by black people, I mean black people that live in poverty. You know, they don't care about the quality of the food that they eat. They teach black people to, you know, they just care about getting money, right? Long as they got a whole bunch of money or they get into the bag, however they get into the bag, what does it matter, you know, the kind of foods that I'm putting in my body and what kind of oil that they're using to cook the food with? Right? It doesn't matter. They don't want you to think it matters, but it absolutely does. You know that mucus is all over these people's bodies. You know, look at my hands. They don't look all super duper swollen, right? Why is that? You know, have you ever seen somebody with a swollen looking hand? Hand look like it's mad, just like mad thick, right? Do you also know that, you know, mucus can also get in your lips and make your lips look bigger than what they really are? You know, did you know that mucus can also be in a woman's ass and make a woman's ass look all big, right? Did you know that? Did you know how deep that? All right, are we back? How's everything now? Okay, cool. You know, I'm finding myself more and more not to be attracted to women, you know, because I know that their whole entire body is hijacked with mucus as well. You know, I wanna drop a deep gem that pertains to blood retention. I need you to pay attention closely. Somebody made a point. I forgot what video, what Q&A I might have been doing. Somebody made a point about women having a lot of different food cravings while they're pregnant. And I want to drop a gem about that. See, think about it, right? Let's think about it. Now, they already have been having a certain kind of diet themselves before they got pregnant. So has the man, which means that the seed that he gave this woman is also hijacked with parasites, mucus, things of that nature. Now, what will end up happening is that because of the nutrients, that his seed has been feeding off of, because of the kind of food that he eats, it will directly determine the kind of baby that is being born. Which is why most women, when a baby is being born, they have these crazy urges. You have these crazy urges. Are you following me? Are you catching what I'm saying? So now that they have a baby in their system, they already been having certain food cravings themselves before they was pregnant, having food cravings for a bunch of bullshit already. So now they got a baby in their system that their body is telling them that they need to put more nutrients in their body so that they can help feed the baby. So now their urges that they was already having before the baby will now amplify and maximize because they have a baby to, you know, feed. Their hunger urges is going up because they have somebody else in there to feed. And because of the semen that the man gave the woman and the semen was feeding off of certain things that was in his body. Because we have to remember, if semen is a bunch of babies swimming around, right? Aren't these babies feeding off of the food that we are eating? Which is why I made the point prior that our bodies are pregnant, because our bodies are filled with millions and billions of little tiny babies that are swimming around taking nutrients from what we put in our body so that they can grow to be stronger sperm cells living inside of us. Oh, you didn't know it goes that deep, huh? All of those little tiny babies that are swimming in your body are feeding off of the nutrients that you feed it so that they can become stronger, bigger, and more impactful sperm cells inside of your body to help make you a better man, right? So we have to keep these things in mind on this journey. It goes deep. You can tell by looking at their body composition all thick ain't good thick. Absolutely not. That's a fact. I don't think meat is bad for you, but excessive eating of it is bad. People eat more meat than fruit, veggies, and water, which is bad. Meat is bad for you, number one. And number two, you're right also, because the whole agenda is to make you eat more seafood, meat, and dairy, and just add a little bit of veggies to your plate. You know, it's an agenda to make vegetables a side dish. That's also an agenda. To make things like fruits and vegetables something like, oh, let me have a fruit salad on the side, or let me have a fruit salad as a snack. Let me have a vegetable salad and all that shit on a, as a snack on the side before my 8-ounce steak dinner, right? Let me also teach you something about what it does to your body putting meat inside of your body, right? Since our bodies are made to be, it's just our body gets a huge reward system from the density of the meat that we put in our body, the density of the milk, the dairy in general, which is milk and cheese, and the density of these fishes in the water. The density of these is why most people would have motivation. We talking about the masses, right? You know? So you don't gotta tell me sorry. He says, sorry, bro, I can't quit dairy. I can for sure. That's on you. I'm just relaying my agenda. I'm not trying to force any of you to do anything that you don't want to do. That is on you, my boy. But, I'd hate to be you. I will say that, because with the knowledge and the understanding that I have on certain things, I could never, ever, for the rest of my fucking life, even take a sip of some fucking milk or anything that has to do with dairy. I would probably literally throw up my guts if I was to put some nasty ass shit like dairy in my fucking body. Bro, I'm getting sick just thinking about this shit. Y'all don't understand how fucking disgusting dairy is. It's so disgusting. Oh my goodness. The place that I'm at vibrationally, it really helps give me a better understanding of the elites and the mindset that they have looking at all of you. All of you people that don't really care enough to make certain sacrifices and make certain changes. I'm kind of understanding the mindset of these elites. I understand the agenda that they have to make you guys move a certain way so that they can make you keep on, bringing babies into this world that just, Oh, we back now? Is everything okay with the connection now? It told me it was lagging a little bit. You good? Okay. But I understand the agenda of these elites. See, let me tell you the agenda of the semen retention and nofap community that they don't even realize that they're pushing. See, what's gonna end up happening if this semen retention and nofap shit gets any bigger than what it already is, it's just gonna add to the agenda. Because we still live in a world full of men that are in this community that don't prioritize taking care of the cells, the sperm cells in their body, these sperm cells that are feeding on the food that you provided. So now all that's going to happen is that you're just going to have sperm cells that are just going to be better quality, like a bigger chunk of semen, right? You know, bigger sperm cells swimming in your body that are just feeding on the bullshit that you give it, which is gonna. I feel like I feel like the elites are like mad scientists. You know, it's almost like they want to see the agenda of like they want to see like what kind of testosterone that would also provide you as well. Like, what would happen if I was a mad scientist elite? I'd be like, what would happen to a man's testosterone if I feed him a bunch of bullshit and his sperm cells are feeding on the food that he provides it, like chips, soda, bad juice. And I heard somebody ask me, is organic fruit juice good? And absolutely, that's a silly question. But see, it depends on what kind of fruit juice, because you have to read the back of the label and make sure that your fruit juice says 100% juice. So stop picking up juices that you think is fruit juice and turn it around and read the back and make sure it's 100%. Because you'll come to find that a lot of fruit juices be 50% juice, 15% juice. So read the back of every label before you just assume that it's fruit juice, organic fruit juice. We really aren't far from lab rats. That's 100% facts. We aren't at all. Matter of fact, we are lab rats, bro. That's exactly what this world is. This world is filled with lab rats. They don't even get karma for selling meat products either, bro. Us buying and consuming the meat is basically us agreeing to suffering of the animals. That's why they don't get no karma. That's why. I would say that that's partially the reason why, for sure. I quit meat and dairy before, thought it didn't work for me. I bet you if I asked you why it didn't work for you, it would literally prove my point that a lot of y'all are just not, enlightened enough. Because the same reason why people try to quit and try the vegan diet and think that it doesn't work for them is because you think that you're losing gains when there were never no gains there to begin with. It was a lie. Because your body was just filled with a bunch of toxic mucus. You said, ask away. I just asked you, why do you feel like it didn't work for you? Explain. And I'll read your comment when you finish typing. Bro, you speaking facts, and only someone who is a high vibrational being will really understand what you're saying. That's a fact. I'm glad you understand that. Your body is your temple that you have to protect. That's a fact. There probably will be only a few people that will really understand the agenda that I'm trying to push with this message. Only a few. But that's okay with me because the whole goal is to try to awaken the rest of you anyway. So it's fine with me. Has nothing to do with gains. It's genetics. I hate this conversation about genetics. So my take on genetics is number one, right? For example, a lot of people pay attention to the genetics of their father, right? Let me tell you something about my father. My father is 5'8". I'm about 6'3". Explain that to me. Explain those genetics. How is it possible that I'm taller than my own father? Explain that to me. Explain to me how I'm smarter than my father. Explain to me how, I have more knowledge than my father does. I can teach my father so many things and he can't teach me anything. Explain that. Explain how I'm pretty much the tallest person in my family, pretty much. Ain't nobody really tall in my family at all. How is that possible? Your ancestors, maybe. Here's where I think y'all just starting to try so hard to defend y'all statement. Sure. Yeah, but do you guys have any questions? This is what I'm on here for as well. This is I mean, we can debate. This is a debate slash Q&A. So what other questions do you guys have? You are so woke. I completely understand everything you're saying and the reason why you're saying it. I'm glad you understand, my brother. It's only a few that will understand, bro. So, what I need you guys to understand is that I want you to also pay attention to my energy. Pay attention to my energy right now. I've been on this live for 40 minutes and my energy has been exactly the same. A lot of y'all don't even know that I can do that. A lot of y'all think that y'all have some sort of image about me that tells you who you think that I am. Right? But that's not the case. A lot of this energy that I'm putting out here has a lot to do with me cleansing my spirit and body. So it helps me be more at poise, more have a natural high, have more brain clarity, where I don't look like I have any do I look like I have even an ounce of social anxiety right now? Even an ounce of it. Do it look like I have any nerves in my body at all? Does it look like this internet shit phases me at all? You've seen a fluctuation of numbers of people leaving and joining. Have you seen me budge at all? Even a little bit? You guys need to pay attention. A lot of y'all don't know how to pay attention. But that's what I'm here for. Anyway, is taking supplements bad? Of course not taking. No, of course taking supplements is not bad. Of course not. But number one, when it comes to taking supplements, you have to read the other ingredients list, because sometimes they'll put things in your supplements, something along the lines of being called gelatin. For those that don't know what gelatin is, let me explain something to you how deep and dark these elites are. This is the lengths that they're willing to go. For those that already know what gelatin is, don't even say nothing yet. And then for those that ask the question, I'm gonna get to it. I promise. I'm not gonna ignore you. Gelatin is made up of leftover meat and pork. And they use that to make the supplement, thing that holds the nutrients of whatever supplement that it is that you're trying to buy. For example, if you buy vitamin D and then you look at the back of it and it says gelatin, you're probably wondering, no, it's vitamin D. What the fuck is it? This is vitamin D, bro. They used gelatin to, I guess I would say hold on to the vitamin D and make that the capsule, right? It's a gelatin capsule. Why the fuck would they use a gelatin capsule? Bro, y'all don't understand how deep this matrix goes. But that is why supplements can be bad. When y'all just think that you can just buy any name brand of these supplements and you're not doing your research and really reading everything and researching every name on what it means, pay attention. Did you ever throw up after working out, after a workout? If so, you know why some people do? Yes, I know exactly why people throw up after a workout. And I used to, all right, said, you've been very calm, super calm, which is rare. Yeah, bro, I'm on that. And I'm gonna get to your question in a minute, bro. So the reason why you throw up after a workout is because most of y'all eat like shit, right? So now what's gonna happen in the body? Like I tried to explain this a little bit yesterday on the blood retention live stream, but this is a gem that I'm glad that you asked me so that I can provide this gem for you. See, the thing about me that I want you guys to understand is that I'm also a person that I have gems, but sometimes you need to ask me the right questions so that I can give you the gem. Because sometimes it's a little bit tough for me to just like be able to just give out all of these gems. But if you know how to ask me the right question, you're gonna get a gem from me that you probably didn't even know I had. Anyway, now what's gonna happen in the body is that, like I explained yesterday on the live stream, your blood is battling with the mucus because the mucus is taking on the blood and it's becoming a blood clot. Now it's making your muscles big, but it's just a mixture of blood and mucus, which now makes it something totally different that is making you feel like it's easier for you to get gains from eating meat, seafood, and dairy. It goes so deep. Anyway, now what's gonna happen is that when you're working out excessively, your heart is beating really fast, which means that you're getting the proper blood flow and your bloodstream is strong because your heart is beating. So that means your bloodstream is getting strong, right? Which means that now your blood is able to fight back against the blob of mucus slash blood, which means by the time your workout is done and you was working out a certain type of way that made your blood powerful enough to push out the blood clot, the mucus slash blood, which is a blood clot in your veins and in your muscles, now you want to throw up. Now you got to throw up. That's why. What's your take on that? Does anybody, So now I understand how fit and bulk guys can get cancer. I'm putting y'all on game. Let's get to the next question. Gelatin contains pork and beef. Put them on game, bro. So for y'all niggas, if you got supplements right now, what I need you to do is go grab your supplement and read the back of it and see if it contains gelatin. Where it says other ingredients on the bottom of the nutrition facts where it tells you the milligrams of your supplement, go to the bottom where it says other ingredients, real small. They think they playing with each other. Tell them niggas stop playing with you, bro. Tell them niggas stop playing with niggas, bro. Tell them niggas stop playing with niggas. Read the small shit where it says other ingredients. Go read the back of all of your supplements right fucking now, nigga, while we on live right now. And I want y'all niggas to tell me if you see gelatin on your supplement. And then I want you to tell me what the fuck you gonna do about it. I would like to see somebody, while we on live, if you are at home, go to your supplements and read the back of every supplement that you have. Every single one of them. And tell me if you see gelatin, because I guarantee you a lot of y'all probably will. And you better throw that shit in the fucking garbage. That's what you better do. Anyway, next question. Told you I ain't forget about you, bro. So if you ask the question while I'm in the middle of talking, if you need to, just remind me. It's not a lot of comments in here, so I could just scroll up real quick, go to your comment, and answer it. Any advice how to raise my testosterone to a very high level naturally? So what you need to do is practice blood retention. That's all you need to do. And make sure you are putting a lot of high quality minerals in your body, which is fruits, vegetables, and sea moss. And grains, grains like wild rice, quinoa, lentils, chickpeas, mushrooms, things of that sort. And what it'll do when it goes into your body is that it will strengthen your bloodstream, which then means that when your sperm is feeding off of, because you know, we all know, if you don't know, our blood, a large majority of our semen is made up of a lot of drops of blood, the best quality drops of our blood. So you have to take care of your blood in order to have high testosterone, because your testosterone is in your semen, right? Because without semen, you won't have testosterone in your body, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but the testosterone is in your semen, right? Which means you have to protect your semen, right? Which means that you have to protect the shit that your semen is feeding off of when you feed your body. So if your semen is feeding off of your bloodstream, that means that you have to take care of your bloodstream and have a high quality bloodstream, so that now your testosterone is going to be inhumane. It's going to be unnatural. So be careful if you on this blood retention diet and you fuck around and go try to get your blood tested in these labs, or in these by a doctor or something. Be careful, because they might fucking kidnap you or something, or try to use your blood to test it on some other shit. Be careful. They might even fucking try to lie to you about your testosterone levels. So I would say you don't really need any proof of it, because you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll see everybody's reaction when you interact with other men that think they have high testosterone, and you'll see it in the women. You don't need a doctor to tell you the exact number of your testosterone rates. You'll know. Let's see if I missed any more questions. He said, I'm chewing gum right now with gelatin in it. Oh, I feel bad for you, my boy. That's disgusting. You better get rid of that shit. Okay, any question? Said, first time I ran 5 miles, I almost threw up. Now let me ask you, Elijah, do you understand why? From what I've been saying in this live stream, do you need me to break it down for you, or do you understand why? I kind of feel like you understand, but let me know if you don't. It's cool if you don't. How long do you think it will take to cleanse your body from all of the years of eating meat? See, now I feel like that doesn't really matter, as long as you're on a journey, because of obviously I don't have a time period for you. I would just say, just pay attention to your body. And I would say that we all know, if you don't know, this is where I would tell you that the diet is starting to take effect on you. The diet is starting to take effect on you when your body starts feeling more and more light, when you're feeling lighter on your feet. You can move your body faster, and it's just like it's not a problem for you to just move your body around. You don't feel heavy. That is when you know that the diet of blood, the practice of blood retention in general is taking effect. Blood retention contains of many things: semen retention 2.0, NoFap 2.0, veganism 2.0, plant-based 2.0, celibacy 2.0. Like, this blood retention shit is just some next level motherfucking shit. Hygiene 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, this is just 2.0 everything. Bro, this is some next level shit. So tell them spiritual channels they need to be reposting me dropping these gems so we can shake the world up. Tell these channels like Beyond 5D to be tell Beyond 5D about me, bro. Because Beyond 5D used to post me on there, but they stopped posting me because I feel like, once I started acting a certain way, maybe dude probably that runs that channel probably didn't think I was woke. Go tell 5D about what I'm doing now. Go tell 5D to repost me talking my shit the same way he be reposting all these other niggas that he be reposting these fat ass spiritual motherfuckers. How you a fat spiritual motherfucker? How you a spiritual motherfucker that eat like bullshit and eat meat, seafood, and dairy, but you spiritual? How you spiritual but you vegan, but you eat gluten and you eat soy and you eat sugar? Beyond 5D. Go tell that nigga about me. I'm what's next out here in this spiritual community. It's me. Anyway, next question. Flo, what do you think about nuts and bread? Can I still eat them? Nuts, absolutely. Just make sure they're not salted and make sure they're not roasted because it takes away from the nutrients. And salt is going to dry your insides out. See what salt does to you? If I haven't told you already, salt, you say you do understand. I was sweating crazy. Okay, that's great, Elijah. So what salt is going to do to you is that it's going to absorb the water content from your body. That's what salt does to you. Unless you use sea salt. You know, we dropped to that lag that just happened. Are we back now? We dropping them gems. That's why. At least it's not non-stop lagging though. Like every once in a while lag, I guess that's cool. Where lag for y'all like that, was it smooth? You know, prior to that lag, was it smooth? Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so let's get back to the question. I kind of lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, salt, yeah. Oh yeah, and bread. Did it cut off what I was saying when I was answering this brother's question? Pretty much what I was telling him is that yeah, nuts, you know, it's cool, but just no salted nuts, no roasting them. Make sure they're raw, and you can use sea salt if you need to. And bread, cut it out. Bread is gluten. Gluten is high in inflammation. You know, why don't you look up how bread is made? Why don't you look up like a video of somebody that has a bread maker? For those that don't know, there's a such thing as a bread maker that people can have in their home and they can make their own bread. So go watch a video on somebody with a bread maker. See the gluey ass fucking shit that bread is before it looks like that bread loaf. Look at how looby and gooey gluten is before it is, you know, becomes bread. When you got to heat it up and whatever, like, you know, like a cake, and then it turns into bread. But gluten is very, you know, it looks like a glob of like glue, literally glue. And that is not good for your digestive system to have to try to break that down and get rid of that. And like it, you know, gluten can cause, you know, your digestive system to just, you know, be, you know, just be not be good. And you're gonna have like constipation type of pain. You're gonna have pains in your stomach. Bread is not good. Cut bread out. That's why I'm not vegan, because they eat that shit. I don't eat bread. Don't care for bread. You know? Let's see if I missed another question. Yeah, gluten is animal fat. Yep, it's disgusting. You got some cod liver oil here and it has gelatin on the back of the bottle. I ain't used them in a minute though. Yeah, get rid of that shit. Disgusting. Ew. So if it's cod liver oil, oh my God. So they putting that gelatin shit in a liquid form and mixing it with the fucking, ew, ew. What's your view on sugar consumption? Should it be cut out altogether or should it be used once in a while? Absolutely cut it out. Cut it out completely. All sugar. The only good sugar is sugar in food, like fruit, natural sugars. You know, when you drink coconut water, that's natural sugars, natural electrolytes. But then when you buy something like Gatorade, Gatorade is pretty much like a knockoff coconut water because it gives you electrolytes and it has sugar in it. You might as well go drink coconut water because it has natural sugars and gives you natural electrolytes. But you have to be careful on what brand of coconut water you buy. Because some brands of coconut water, if you read the ingredients, have extra shit in the ingredients list. So let me tell you, if you're gonna buy coconut water, make sure when you read the back of the coconut water, it says the only ingredients should say on the back of the coconut water is organic coconut. Organic coconut or organic coconut water, one of the two. It should not say anything else. It should not say added 1% sugar and whatever. You know, a lot of these, the mainstream coconut companies, like you have to be careful with them. I found a good brand in Whole Foods. You know, I got like a brown, it's like a brown bottle. You know, if you go to Whole Foods and you see like a brown bottle of coconut water, that's probably one that I'm talking about. It says, only thing it says on the back is organic coconut water. That's the one. And that shit tastes so fucking good. Coconut water tastes like I'm a baby drinking milk, bro. I don't know why coconut water tastes like milk, but that shit tastes so fucking good, bro. Damn. I love that shit. I love that shit. Let me see if I missed any more questions. Any supplements or herbs or nootropics? I don't know what that is, nootropics. To raise my testosterone. Any supplements? I would say L-arginine. What do I have right here? Because I don't even take none of these shits, but I have them. Ginger. Will raise your testosterone. Macaroot, ashwagandha. What do I think on top of my head? Yeah, those are like pretty much, yeah, macaroot, ashwagandha, L-arginine, and yeah, that'll raise your testosterone and make you and it's great for your blood. So I'll just give you those for now. And ginger and turmeric is great as well. Says you're allergic to coconut. How? That's crazy. I got bad blood flow. My hands turn. My diet got a part of why disease. That's where all of these diseases that create come from, bro. You guys are lab rats. Bro, we sold our soul to the elites the same way that the music industry rappers do. So I don't know why people be so coming at these dudes that sold their soul in the industry. We sold our soul too. Because we trust these people to just feed us and take care of us. But we don't take it upon ourselves to do our own research on things, our own homework on things. We justify them treating these animals like shit and literally torturing them to the day that they die and feeding it to us. Feeding us scraps of these tortured animals. You think these motherfuckers respect you? You sold your soul to these motherfuckers, bro. I see you, brother Emeka. God bless you, brother. And brother Emeka, if you want to drop the name of your book and where everybody in this live stream can go get your book, I would love for you to do that. So that everybody can go read your book. I really got a lot of respect for this brother Mecca that took it upon himself to do something as positive as write a book to try to raise the consciousness of men and of people in general. So, you know, be sure that when you see Mecca's next comment about his book, I want everybody to go check out his book. You know, from what I've seen, it's a very, very, very high vibrational book. So go check that out. You know, I would always respect somebody that wants to be their own boss to the point where you want to write your own book. I got a lot of respect for that. I didn't even read his comment. What did he say? He said, peace to you, brothers. Davis, when you get a chance, check out that Discord DM. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. Oh, somebody said they already downloaded your book. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Um, this is deep. Nobody touches on this, especially on SR content creators. Listen, man, these dudes are just trying to get a bag, bro. Can't knock them for that. Obviously, we understand, but they know that. Just think about it, right? On a business aspect, right? If I'm a no-fap content creator, and I'm a businessman, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna build a loyal fan base of people that will always come watch my content because no-fap is forever. There's gonna be always people that don't know about the no-fap journey, struggling with the no-fap journey, um, or practicing it and still just want to watch content about the no-fap journey. So as a businessman, it is a extremely great business move to jump in the community and make a bunch of low no-fap and SR content because you know it's a day by day struggle. It's a day by day journey that you can always make videos that people will be looking to watch to help them get through their journey. So you'll have great watch time on your channels. You'll have loyal subscribers that the same people will be coming to your videos every fucking day, every time, depending on the quality of your content, obviously. But it's just a business, bro. These people don't really have that deep, deep message. That I have that I'm providing for you now, which is why all I will be doing, let me just tell you right now, just to give you clarity. If you ever see me put semen retention in my title, it would be so that I can get new subscribers from the semen retention and nofap community so that I can wake them up. Because I am Morpheus, right? And I believe that I have what it takes to show people in the nofap and SR community how deep the rabbit hole goes. So that's my goal. I will be joining and, not hijacking, but, you know, being involved with the albums of the SR nofap community so that I can show them how deep the rabbit hole really goes. So that's my goal. Retention be getting me leaner, lost weight, lost, lost gain weight. Said, what about fruits and salads that aren't organic? Don't they use pesticides or stuff to preserve them? Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. There are loads of fruits and places that you can buy. You know, station goes deeper, right? See, there's fruits that if they are shot up with pesticides, that there's literally no purpose in you eating it, right? Because they shot up with chemicals and shit. But there are fruits that if they shoot them up with chemicals, it doesn't fucking matter because the fruit has a hard exterior and you're not meant to eat the exterior of that fruit. For example, a watermelon. If somebody shoots a watermelon up with pesticides, what the fuck would it matter? Because you still have to cut the watermelon open and you only eat the inside of the watermelon. So what the fuck would it matter if a watermelon is shot up with pesticides? It doesn't matter, right? Number two, a orange. Why would it matter if an orange is shot up with pesticides if you don't need to eat the exterior of the orange? You're meant to peel that off and eat the inside of it. But on the other side of the spectrum, playing the devil's advocate, if you bite into an apple and they shot it with pesticides, that's where the conversation is different. But there are also things that you can do to get rid of the pesticides. There are ways that you can clean your fruits to rid of pesticides. And that's a deeper conversation. There are things that you can do and products that you can buy and that I can't remember off the top of my head, but you can put it in a bowl, shoot it up with a different type of thing and clean it off. I did my homework on all of this shit and it exists. You can clean pesticides off of fruits as well, you know? So, pineapples, right? What would it matter if somebody shot a coconut? What would it matter if somebody shot these fruits up with pesticides? What would it matter? Because you still have to open it up and crack it and get to the inside of the fruit. So what about macaroon? I said macaroon. Macaroon is a great supplement. Boosts testosterone and has, it is great. It's a great tag team for your bloodstream. Your bloodstream is gonna love when you invite macaroon into your body. Your blood and macaroon gonna give each other a high five. They're gonna love each other. So introduce your loyal ass blood. Introduce them to great people. Don't be introducing your blood to all these people that's gonna hurt your body. See, we live in a world full of people that they don't care about what they put into their body. Their body is so loyal to them because it keeps you alive for so long, putting up with so much bullshit. And you also are dealing with people in the outside world that you feel like lack loyalty. You going through things with people and you feel like it's you around a bunch of weird ass people, but here you are, you don't even have a relationship with the inside of your body, and your body is a living organism. Your whole body on the inside is alive. Your body is alive. Everything that's going on in our bodies right now, our bodies are alive. So why not try a relationship with your body? And put the right things inside your body so you can be a better consciousness on this planet. But that's a deeper conversation, right? Can you talk about how important stretching is in loosening up your muscles? Oh my God, I'm glad you mentioned this. I haven't really been as consistent on my yoga journey as I would have liked to, and I want to explain to you how much of a detriment that can be. Right? I started having a little bit of problems with certain muscles in my body. Oh yeah, and also because I was a little bit, went back into sleeping on my stomach. See, now the problem with sleeping on your stomach is that it cuts off blood circulation in a lot of different, and it, mind you, your body is supposed to be breaking food that down while you're sleeping. So if you sleep on your stomach, you're literally stopping the process of your food being able to break down foods properly because you're literally putting pressure on it, sleeping on your stomach. It goes that deep. So imagine your whole life you've been sleeping on your stomach and eating bullshit. You know how, could you only imagine how much backed up shit you got in? Anyway, the importance of stretching is that if you don't stretch enough, you will lack blood circulation in a lot of different areas of your body. You know what I'm saying? So that is the importance of stretching, is that, your body tenses up and you can't really, for people that's trying to do certain yoga poses and you having trouble, that's because you lack enough blood circulation for your body to complete that yoga pose. Meaning that you have to prioritize completing that yoga pose. You have to prioritize breathing and getting enough oxygen in your body so that your blood can also, move and be at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Because a lack of oxygen in your body can also make your bloodstream weak as well. It goes so deep. It's so many layers to this matrix. So you have to keep all of these things in mind. There was one time I felt, a minute ago, right? I just tried to reach out for something. And I felt my hand like malfunctioning, like it was hard for me to reach out a certain length. Felt like my hand was about to glitch out or something, like some sort of arthritis or something. But see, stuff like that only happens when you lack, the blood flow in that area, when you are cutting off blood circulation. When circulation is not, great in this area right here, which is why that'll happen. So you guys need to be making sure that you are prioritizing stretching and breathing while you stretching and lubricating your nerves, your veins, your muscles with a lot of water intake, right? It's very important. It's best to sleep on your right side instead of the left because the heart is on the left side of the body and this causes a bit of tension to the heart. Stomach sleeping is a no-no, right? Yeah, you're right. That's another great point. That's another great point. So imagine sleeping on your stomach. You fucking with your digestive system and your heart as well because you're sleeping on all that shit. right? Cutting off a lot of circulation. And that's why people, the more and more they sleep on their stomach, the stiffer that they get. Which is why the older that people get, they get old and get stiff, because people don't think that it even matters the way you sleep, right? It doesn't even matter how you sleep, right? It absolutely does. It goes so deep. It goes so deep. Do you guys have any more great questions? So found a new all natural grocery spot. I picked me out some good stuff. Yeah, that's very important to find you grocery stores that, you know, are all natural and have a lot of great options of fruits and vegetables and things of that nature. You know, I feel like I got to make you moderator just off the simple fact that, you know, your channel name is blood retention. Like, so I just made you moderator. You know, it's only right. It's only right. What is it that water? Why is it that water deepens the voice? How does that work? Interesting question. Well, I've never heard that before, but I think I can understand why that may, you know, why that may actually be a fact. I see the reason why I think that would be a fact is because water makes your semen quality better, right? Water makes your bloodstream more powerful. So, water, if it's making your bloodstream more powerful and helping you with blood circulation and making your semen quality better, which is where your testosterone is, then I would say that's why. You know, it's making you more of a man when you're drinking water, because it's allowing your body to circulate better. It's allowing your body to get rid of bullshit that's in there that needs to get out. Drink a lot of water, you're gonna piss a lot, you're gonna shit. Yeah, things of that nature. So I would say absolutely water can definitely promote more testosterone in your body. Absolutely. Right. Salute, Wolf Nation. Salute, bro. Does anybody have any other questions about anything? I'm here to answer any questions. You know, just try to avoid questions that you feel like are childish, you know. But you can ask me anything, though, but just nothing childish, you know. Eric the GOAT. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that. I really have been feeling like the GOAT lately, because I'm able to show people how deep the rabbit hole really goes. You know, and it's about that time. It's about that time. It's about that time because, like I said, the semen retention community is way too surface level. It's way too surface level. You know, you got people that, how good is your Spanish? I can't speak Spanish at all. I could say a little smart, like, ¿Qué pasa, mami? Or Diablo. You know, I know like a little bit of basics. You know what I'm saying? I don't know really Spanish at all. Um, but yeah, like you have people that are in the SR community that think, hey, today's Thanksgiving. Let me shove a bunch of food down my throat to reward myself for being on a lot of days on a journey. I made it to 50 days of no fab SR. Let me bless myself with a fat ass meal. Let me go eat so good that I could barely walk straight after I get out. And then you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna wake up the next day, your dick is gonna be hard as a fucking rock. You know why? Because now your insides are so clogged with so much bullshit that your colon is so clogged, which is connected to your digestive system, and it's pushing up against your prostate, which is gonna make you extremely horny. So the more bloated that you are, the more urges that you will never be able to escape. Never. So for all you fat niggas, no disrespect, that's on this journey, you need to get it together. For all you niggas that struggle with being bloated in general, because you don't have really abs like that and the foods that you eat make you feel bloated, I'm going to tell you right now, you'll never be able to defeat those urges. Never. I can guarantee you that. 5 years from now, you don't want to take my advice and you still struggling with busting a nut, having sex, and busting a nut to these sites, you'll remember what I said. Cause y'all about to watch me go on the ultimate streak. I'm about to go on a crazy ultimate celibacy 2.0, semen retention, no fap 2.0 streak. Blood retention streak. 2023 and beyond. And today's Faith's birthday. So, yeah. Happy birthday, Faith, if you're watching. I kind of feel like you all. Happy birthday. It's sad that what me and you had can't work out, but, you know, I'm just embarking on a new journey in my life, and our relationship just triggered my anger too much. You know, I had to block a couple people from my Discord yesterday because, you know, some dude came in there out of nowhere and was like, yeah, ever since Coach came back, he been bugging, this, that, and the third. And mind you, he put his hands on a woman. And a lot of y'all niggas that be watching him just be sucking his dick. Y'all niggas is dick riding ass fans. Y'all niggas don't want to hold him accountable for nothing. And then a couple of my people in there started agreeing with that shit. And I'm just like, yo, bro, it's such a triggering conversation because y'all niggas don't understand how much I was being provoked in my fucking relationship. And people don't care about that though, because people only want to hear about, nah, bro, that's just wrong, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's just wrong. And it's like, obviously it's fucking wrong, bro, but you don't know what it take for a nigga to get there, because a lot of y'all niggas never been in that situation where, you know, in a toxic relationship where you got a lot of love for that woman, but it's toxic. Y'all don't know what that shit is like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know what that's like. Somebody knows so much about you that they know how to push your buttons and say certain things to you that'll get you so fucking mad. Y'all don't know what that's like, bro. And then you love that person so much you feel like you can't leave. But you don't know how to deal with the fucking disrespect. Like, bro, that's a whole nother conversation. So anybody that think that my YouTube subscribers don't hold me accountable and y'all want to have an accountable conversation right now, we can do that. But me, for one, getting on YouTube telling y'all about my life is me being accountable for it, bro. Me telling you in the first place is accountability within itself. I don't know what the fuck people be talking about. But that shit was pissing me off when people was saying certain shit in my chat trying to make it seem like, yeah, I mean, that is wrong and whatever, this, that, and the third. It's like, whatever, bro. Like, let's get y'all bitch ass out of here, bro. I'm not trying to hear that shit. I already know it's fucking wrong, man. Like, I already know that shit. I wasn't in my right mind. Like, why don't y'all niggas have that kind of conversation with me? Like, yo, maybe he wasn't in the right space mentally. Maybe we don't know what they was going through. Maybe we don't know if she was really provoking that man. She was really testing that man patience, saying certain things to him, using against him the fact that he loved her so much, but he couldn't leave. Didn't want to leave her. Maybe she knew she had the power and the leverage to talk certain shit and feel like she could get away with it because he loved her so much. Why the fuck none of you niggas want to question that shit? Why the fuck you niggas just want to suck my fucking dick and attack me? Bro, if you feel like something is wrong with me, just get your bitch ass off my fucking channel and don't come back. You don't even have to have a fucking conversation with me. You don't even have to be worried about the niggas that do fuck with me. Like, oh yeah, I don't fuck that nigga no more. But yeah, that nigga, he got a bunch of dick riding ass fans, bro. Why are you still worried about me if you need to move on with your life as a man? You still worried about what's going on in my life, but you don't fuck with me no more. Because you have your own reasons why you don't fuck with me. So fucking weird, bro. Niggas is so weird. Well, what's your having 8 glasses of cups of water? This statement is often promoted by the media and doctors. There is no such thing as water intoxication. It's always to drink more water, right? Absolutely. I would say drink enough water until you feel like you're too full to drink more. I would say drink. And if you ever drink water to the point where your stomach hurt and you got to take a diarrhea, that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. That's because you put enough water in your system that the water is helping your bloodstream and helping your body, you know, operate as its best so that it can get rid of the bullshit. So you may drink too much water and get diarrhea. You may want to throw up. You may get nauseous. If you feel these things from drinking water, it is not the water. It is your body. That's what it is. And drinking 8 cups of water is not enough a day. And you have to be careful what kind of water that it is that you drink. Because, for example, Essentia water, like I told y'all before, has the number one main ingredients in Essentia water is sodium bicarbonate, right? I think it's sodium bicarbonate or sodium, it may be another word, sodium something, but I think it's bicarbonate. Now, if you look up the ingredients in Essentia water, you'll see what I'm talking about, the sodium something. And then look up what that is. One of the first sentences that it will tell you on Google is that it's another word for baking soda. Why are they putting baking soda in water, you may ask? That's because it goes deep. The rabbit hole goes deep. You can't just be drinking water because it's water. Can't do that, right? And you can't drink alkaline water because alkaline water, if you read the alkaline water ingredients, you wouldn't care to read the ingredients because it's just water, right? Water is water. Go ahead and read the ingredients on these alkaline waters. All these alkaline waters is capped because the main ingredients to alkaline water is purified water. Purified tap water is all that alkaline water is. It's just purified tap. And you don't even know if it's quality purified. You don't even know if it's purified to the T and it really got rid of all of the bullshit that is in tap water. You don't even know that. Because tap water is terrible. So this rabbit hole goes very deep. But, you know, for those that may be wondering what kind of water should I drink, then I would suggest you drink spring water. And put minerals in your spring water, like, you know, squeeze a lemon or a lime in it. You know, and things of that nature. Do you believe in eye retention? I've heard about it on YouTube a little, but I don't understand eye retention. Let me explain something to you. Eye retention was started from me. All of these little YouTubers that came up with that eye retention shit, they came up with that shit from watching me, number one. Let me tell you where they got it from. Eye retention comes from, you know, I used to say a lot that the greatest benefit of semen retention is in the eyes. That was always my favorite benefit that I always promoted. And I feel like they got the idea from that and just added a little twist to it. So from what I'm hearing from these people that promote eye retention, they say that eye retention is when you don't gaze at women. And my take on that is, I would say, if you feel like you have an urge to gaze at women anyway, there's a problem. You know, something like eye retention should be second nature. But see, what these surface level content creators won't tell you about eye retention is that the reason why they have problems with gazing at women goes back to what I said earlier. Their digestive system is clogged, their colon is clogged, it pushes up against their prostate. Their prostate is always activated, which means they're always horny. So they're always looking at a bunch of women on a daily. That is where it comes from, them gazing at women. Because nowadays, I don't have a problem with gazing at women at all. Ever since I changed my diet. Ever since my diet, I don't have that problem gazing at women. Women gaze at me. And then I may gaze back at them in their eyes. See, I used to be infatuated with a woman's body. But see, now I'm infatuated with a woman's soul. So the only gazing I would ever do is gaze into a woman's soul, because I get downloads from that. Let me teach you guys something. If you want to get downloads from this universe, look people in their eye and try not to break eye contact, right? Let me try to help you do something right now. Hold eye contact with me for the rest of this live stream. And pay attention to the downloads that you get about life, about people. You'll get downloads from looking at me, right? You know, try to hold eye contact with me. Try to look me in my eyes while you're watching me on this live stream, and don't look anywhere else. Look at me in my eyes and don't look anywhere else. You'll get downloads from that, which is why when you're an accountable person in this world that's doing certain things and you're not walking around with a bunch of guilt in your spirit, it'll be a tough time for other people to hold eye contact with you because they walking around with things in their spirit that they don't want you to see. But see, if you start looking people dead in their eyes, like I do when I see women, I get a bunch of downloads on the daily. And when women see that I don't have an issue with looking at them in their eyes, they love it. And I have a certain type of poise when I look at a woman in their eyes. It's some calm shit. The same calm energy that you see me having right now is the same calm energy I have for the most part throughout my day-to-day. And women are not used to a man being able to calmly exchange eye contact with them and be as poised and as calm as I am. Women are not used to that. And it'll make them feel like they're looking at a real man. Like, wow, look at how manly this man looks. And if you can calmly and poisedly look at a woman in her eyes, doesn't it give you a different, viewpoint of just looking at me as a person as I'm conducting myself with poise and you're observing my spirit? Doesn't it give you a better idea of my spirit and my consciousness as you try to gaze into my soul? Imagine me with my masculine looking face. You see how chiseled my face is, my jawline, my face in general. I got strong eyes. Even when you look right here, it just looks strong right here. Imagine me with this calm look just looking at a woman. You don't think a woman is going to like what she see looking at a man with this kind of face? You could look at my spirit and see a few things. I can help break it down for you if you need help. Because I get downloads from doing things like mirror gazing. Mirror gazing is when you stare into your own soul. You can see I've been through a lot of pain and distress. Right? You can see that I've been through a lot of things in general. From me just sitting here casually. You can see that I'm a warrior and I'm a fighter. You can also look at me and see I have loads of wisdom. Right? And you can also look at me and see that I have an old soul. Right? For anybody that's watching this live stream back, you can also timestamp this and comment what you see when you look at my spirit. This is what women like about me, is that I can have a calm, casual conversation with a woman just like this and look her deep in her spirit and talk to her like, I hear you. And then I can have a conversation with a woman that she can tell that I'm actually listening to the words that's coming out her mouth, and I'm not over here blushing and cheesing and not making it seem like I'm really paying attention to what it is that she's saying. I can ask her questions pertaining to what it is that she's talking about and piggyback off of what she's talking about. That's a great quality to have when dealing with women, for those that don't know. If you can hold this frame, like try this. Try this right now for anybody that's watching on this live stream. Sit here poisedly just like this. And don't move. If your body gets the jitters and you feel like that's anxiety, and that's because your insides is malfunctioning. Watch how I can just sit here and not move a muscle. Watch this. See, having a conversation with somebody like me, women love that because I can sit there and listen to a woman and nothing about my energy changes unless they say some crazy shit. Nothing about nothing. I can sit there and just be like, okay, I hear you. Mm-hmm. That's a great point. And then I got this deep ass masculine voice, you know, throwing ad libs and what she's saying. She's gonna love that. Like, wow, that was very intelligent for you to say. I would like to pick your brain and have a great conversation with you. I see that you're a very wise woman. I like the way you think. And things of that nature. Y'all get the point? Said this better than church, to be honest. Where our eyes go, the energy flows. Exactly. So if you can't hold eye contact while somebody is talking to you, you know, that's a problem because now that's when the conversation gets thrown off. Right? So if you talking to somebody and you don't even care to really look them in the eyes while they're talking, I would say you don't even need to be around that person, truthfully. Does anybody else have any more questions about anything high vibrational, about anything in life in general, pertaining to the journey of life? You have women questions, you have diet questions, you have fitness questions, any questions. I'm here to provide you with an answer. How to raise your vibration? That's a very deep question to ask because there's a lot of different things that you can do to higher your vibration. But I will tell you to practice blood retention and keep on allowing me to drop these gems on you about blood retention so that you can raise your vibration. But to give you a side note, something that doesn't pertain to something I already said, if you want to hear something different, then I would say get rid of everybody in your life that wouldn't prioritize something like blood retention. Get rid of them. They hold no value. You don't need to be around them. They're only going to hold you back. Because see what happens when you're trying to raise your vibration and you're around people that don't prioritize making sacrifices to do the same, you'll end up having to dumb your energy down to be around that person in fear of that person thinking that you think that you're better than them. When in reality, you are better than them. But now you don't want to cause any conflict. You're trying to avoid that. And you care about this person and their opinion. So you dumb yourself down so that they don't have the wrong impression of you. This is why it can be dangerous being around certain people. Correct me if I'm wrong. Any more questions? Brainstorm. Think about something that you're going through in your life. How do you know if she's the right one? I love this question, AK. Great question. You know if she's the right one if you see her making an effort to be, you know, soft and submissive. right? You know, she knows how to, you know, speak to you with a sexy tone of voice, and she wants to sound sexy to you. You know, she cares about your opinion about her. So that if you can tell her things like, yo, I don't like that social media stuff, but if that's something that you want to be involved in, I don't want to force you to do anything, but I don't feel like you need to be on there. You definitely don't need to be on there acting a certain way. If she is willing to accept your guidance, she's a great woman to have. Um, because there can only be one leader, and the man is meant to lead. The man is meant to lead. He's meant to lead people. He's meant to lead his woman, and he's meant to lead the children in his family that his woman will birth. You know, so you, if you see that this woman respects you and honors you and would hate to ever get you mad, would hate to ever disrespect you for her to even have to, for you to even have to check her and be like, excuse me, who are you talking to? She would never want you to be that way towards her, because that would break her heart. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean. Somebody that values, you know, your feelings as well, to where she would never want to disrespect you. She honors you. She respects your words. She wants your wisdom. She asks you for guidance. She doesn't want to clutter you. You know, y'all take y'all space. She doesn't want to, like, you know, just talk to you every single day, all day, and be around you every single day, all day. And if you don't give her enough attention, she gonna start throwing a hissy fit. So those are the great qualities, the top qualities that I can think of off the top of my head, that I can say that you have found a great woman. And if you yourself feel very inspired to guide this woman, if you yourself feel very inspired to build a family with this woman outside of lustful reasons, if you love a woman more, if you love a woman more than how sexy she is, and you actually love her as a person, to the point where you want to do things like, you know, you want to cuddle with her, you want to massage her, you want to rub her feet, you want to kiss on her forehead, you know, you want to hold her hand and kiss her hand, you want to do things like foreplay before y'all have sex, and you want to kiss her all over her body and make her feel special when y'all having sex, and not just get straight to the point. Things like that can also let you know that you feel very inspired about the woman that you have in your life. So I hope I answered your question. Is it necessary to be in a relationship? Absolutely not. No. I would say a relationship is very amazing to be in, and it's quite the experience. Absolutely. Absolutely. But no. We need to build a relationship with ourselves. That's what we need to do. Because, see, the problem in this world that we live in is that people want to be in relationships because the relationship with themselves is boring. Being by yourself is boring and depressing, which means that you add no value to a relationship. Because if it's boring to be by yourself, wouldn't it be boring for that other person to be with you? What would make you think that that person would enjoy you, but you don't enjoy being by yourself? Right? If you don't know how to do things that you enjoy to live your life and that make life feel like you on the right path, having fun and on the right path, on the path of righteousness, on the path of just self-development, to where you're not even thinking about a relationship. If you're prioritizing being in a relationship, then that's a red flag right there. You don't need to be in one. And if anybody in this watching this video feels like they need to be in a relationship, that means that you don't, because you're not going to add any value to that relationship. Right? A lot of people just are energy vampires, and they enjoy feeding off of somebody else's energy in a relationship. That's really what be going on in relationships. People enjoy feeding off of other people's energy. That's why friendships, people enjoy feeding off of their, you know, friends energy. Yeah. You know, that goes deep. You think sea moss is better in gel form or capsule form? Oh, that's an easy question. Gel, automatically, not even close. It's not even close. Gel is 1,000 times better than capsule. You might as well, you better, if you want CMOS, I'm gonna say that if you want CMOS, but you can't get the gel and you gotta get the capsule, don't even fucking buy the capsule. Don't even buy it because you'll be wasting your fucking money because it's not even worth it. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to say and sound like everything I'm saying is right. Me personally, I'm not wasting my money on capsule form CMOS. Make sure you buy CMOS that also says wild crafted, because there are also GMO CMOSs out here that they make in different ways that is not the real CMOS. So if you're looking for CMOS, it better say wild craft CMOS or it's cap. It's cap. So stay away from CMOS if it's not wild craft. The Way of the Superior Man audiobook is pretty knowledgeable. Maybe I'll check it out. What's up, Batman? This is a great live. Appreciate that. Just like GMO weed. Okay. It's 333. Yep. Any more questions? I'll answer anything at this point. I have a question, bro. How do I stop bloating in the stomach? That means that you need to schedule your diets a little bit better and don't just be eating just to eat, because you're giving the digestive system a tough time with digesting stuff. Bloating means that your digestive system is having a hard time digesting. So it's bloating, and bloating means that it's about to push up against your prostate. You're about to have them urges to want to spank your meat. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with bloating, because that is going to give you urges, and you're going to be catching always catching these stiffies and always thinking about the sight. So be careful with bloating, but schedule your diet a little bit better. I would say eat one meal a day. That's what I do. Eat one nice course meal a day, in the evening. And that's all you need. I would say fast the rest of the day, drink water, drink fruit juice, drink smoothies. And if you really need to, eat a salad, but fast for the rest of the day and eat one nice meal at the end of your day. And make sure when you go to sleep that you sleep on your back, so that while you're sleeping, that your system can also be doing its work, because your system don't go to sleep with you. If you sleep on it, if you sleep on your stomach, then it's going to mess up your digestive system's job of what it needs to be doing. Is there such thing as drinking too much water throughout the day? No. No, because you'll end up pissing out most of it anyway. So how can you drink too much water? See, what I will tell you is that if you take creatine, then yes, there is a such thing as drinking too much water, I would think. Because the water is getting, creatine is like, is put in like how you got to take a bath and then you put a water stopper in the drain of the bath so that the water can stay there. You can take your bath. That is what it is like taking creatine. It's like taking a bath with a water stopper on the drain of the bathtub. So with creatine, yes, I would never advocate for creatine, because I feel like that is just you coping with you not maybe liking the body that you have, and that you have to be more patient and just put in more work. But there is no such thing as drinking too much water. I have drank 2 gallons in a day. I've drank 2.5 gallons in a day. And I've felt absolutely incredible. Now, do I think that there is anybody out here that would drink more than 2 gallons? No. So me, myself, I've drank 2 gallons and I felt incredible. So it's not like any of you are going to drink more than 2 gallons in a day anyway. So, yeah, no, I don't think there's no. And you on a vegan diet and you was bloating. See, but like I said, being a vegan doesn't all the way mean that you're doing it right. You probably still eat bread. You probably eat soy. You probably eat sugary things. It's You know, you probably eat processed vegan stuff. You know, yeah. Shout out to this vegan organic restaurant. What's the name of it? Le Botanisti. That's the name of it. Le Botanisti. Um, I can read y'all some of the stuff that they have. Just a organic restaurant in Lower Manhattan, New York City. Um, they have a Tibetan Mama. It has brown rice, coconut curry sauce, steamed greens, and kimchi. Kimchi, I've also heard, is great for you. Um, it have some pretty good stuff. But here's my problem, right? Here's where, when we get to the desserts of this menu, they have a dessert called omega-3 brownie. Now, you would think because you're vegan that you can eat this omega-3 brownie, right? Because you like, oh, I'm vegan. Thank God I get to eat a brownie. You know, I hope it tastes good. You know, you get excited on the vegan journey because you just want to enjoy the same stuff that we used to enjoy when we wasn't vegan, right? So in this omega-3 brownie, it contains flax seeds, buckwheat, and cashew cream. But it also contains brown sugar, which is terrible for you. So that's tough. Um, Look, they also have a quinoa peanut butter cookie. Now you'll probably see it says a quinoa cookie, and you like, holy shit, quinoa is fucking incredible. Let me get this cookie. Till you see it says it has peanut butter. First of all, peanut is a bad nut. That is the only nut out of all of the nuts that you need to stay away from because peanuts are not good for you. Now that's a deeper conversation that I really can't remember to give you that information, but stay away from peanuts. Anything that got to do with peanuts, right? So it have peanut butter. That's a red flag to somebody like me. Y'all may not be ready for that shit because like I said, I'm not vegan. I'm on blood retention. And from the research I've done, I've heard that peanut butter can also cause inflammation and mucus. So I'm on blood retention. So I can't be fucking with anything that's going to give me toxic kind of mucus, you know, because like we spoke about yesterday on my live, all mucus is not bad, but toxic mucus is bad. So it has peanut butter, red flag. Buckwheat, I'm also not sure about buckwheat. I got to do more research on buckwheat. But brown sugar, it also has in this quinoa peanut butter cookie. So red flag. Almond milk is cap because it got a bunch of added ingredients that you can read on the back of it that is, and it's not 100% almond milk, bro. It's cap. So all of y'all vegans that think y'all doing something because you drinking almond milk and oat milk, both of those milks are bullshit. What you need to do is get a milk from an organic spot that is like, there's an organic spot that's by me that has literally cashew milk. And it's straight cashew milk. It's not no added bullshit. Cashew milk, almond, the real kind of almond milk. You know, you got, I think I seen, I might even seen pistachio milk. Oh my God, this place that I found is the GOAT. I also want to go and read the back of all of those cartons just to make sure. But let me give you another gem. Making your own nut milk is very easy. All you need is a high power blender with high power, because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to put water and the nuts in there, blend it, and that is gonna make you your almond milk, your cashew milk, and you can make your own fucking milk. And then get the thing that they use for spaghettis, right? You know how when you pour the spaghetti out the pot and you got to put it on that drainer? Now, when you finish blending it up, take the blender and pour it on the spaghetti drainer so that all of the excessive shit that's like thick can leave. And now you got your own nut milk, raw nut milk that you can put your own portions of nuts in it, and it can be a high quality superfood kind of nut milk with just water and nut, nigga. So there go your gems right there. I bet you this restaurant also has tofu. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't see tofu here actually. Oh, it does. So you have a magic miso soup, which is gluten-free noodles, root veggies, peas, tofu, and ginger velvet. That's tough. Tofu is terrible. But this restaurant does have some okay options, but it's nothing to go crazy about. Yeah, nothing to go crazy about. But it's a start. It's a start. I may go over there and try some stuff. I took their menu for a reason because I wanted to try some things up. I also took this menu from this Indian restaurant that I was ordering from. This was the one that I was ordering from before I switched over to a new Indian restaurant that I was fucking with. The reason why I stopped fucking with this Indian restaurant was because I had to call them and ask them, what kind of oil do you guys use? He said, canola oil. I was like, click, can't eat there no more. And I was already eating from this restaurant for like a month or something like that. The food was great, but they use a terrible oil that's gonna destroy me from the inside out. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? But, this Indian restaurant had, it had a good vegan option for me. But yeah, not all Indian restaurants are good because the Indian restaurant that I started messing with now, they cook with extra virgin olive oil, which is a great high quality oil to be cooking with. The only oils that you should be cooking with are coconut oil, extra virgin oil, not regular olive oil, extra virgin. And it's another one that I'm forgetting. Coconut, avocado. Avocado oil is the best oil to cook with. But let me enlighten you. There is no restaurant that exists that uses that oil. Because why would they do that? Why would they use a high quality oil when there's a bunch of people that live in this world that don't care about the damage that the wrong kind of oils can do to your body and your bloodstream and your cells? The wrong kind of oil is destroying your cells in your blood. Avocado oil is the best oil to use. Avocado oil and coconut oil are the two best oils to use. Those are the two best. Coconut and avocado. Every other oil, damn it, I relapsed on blood retention. I drunk milk. Listen, no, don't call it a relapse yet because y'all still are learning. You still learning. And it's a relapse if you didn't know. For example, this same restaurant, I was ordering a roti, which is a big thing of bread, roti, a samosa. What does a samosa look like? A samosa is this right here. You see what my finger is on? That is a samosa. It has potatoes and peas. Tastes amazing. This is the roti. See, it's like a big thing of bread. What you're supposed to do in Indian culture is you rip a piece of the bread off. They give you a bowl of chickpeas called chana masala. You take a piece of the bread and you dip it and you grab the chickpea and you eat it. Tastes fucking incredible. With a samosa on the side, Lord have mercy. But like I said, I don't call it a relapse on my vegan journey because after a few times of me eating this, I had to call and ask them, right? I was like, wait a minute. Because Faith had, recommended me to eat Indian food. I was thinking about eating Indian food. So I was so excited about it, I forgot them to ask them certain questions. So I asked them, I was like, wait a minute. Does the roti have gluten in it? He was like, yeah. I was like, oh shit. I was like, does the samosa have gluten in it? He was like, yes. I was like, God damn. I also asked him, I was like, do you use eggs to make the roti? He was like, yes. I was like, damn. Damn. So, I say that to say, I'm not going to count that against my clean vegan streak because I did not know that I was eating that. I didn't know. See, if I would have consciously knew that I was putting a bread in my body that had eggs in it to make it, I wouldn't have bought it. So I don't count that against my vegan streak. What I count against my vegan streak is if I consciously go outside and go buy a burger or go buy something that is, that's what I would count against my blood retention streak. But if I don't know that it has, if I don't know that it has something that has toxic kind of mucus in it that will build up to mucus in my body, then I wouldn't count that against yourself on your blood retention journey. And my God, David's dropping all the gems. Salute, Ty. Ty's another dude. Yo, Ty, tell him. Tell him that you've been on blood retention. You've been understanding things like blood retention. That's the whole purpose of people getting started on the vegan journey, is that we are prioritizing our insides and our blood. But it goes even deeper than the vegan journey because a lot of vegans are still intoxicating their bodies with other things. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm coming up with a new diet, which is called blood retention. But it not only is a diet, it is a lifestyle, a complete lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so shout out to the Indica House, but I will never be eating from them again. No smoking allowed too. Great point. That's a fact. I don't need to smoke neither. There's no point. So that's another one of my goals actually, is to go the whole rest of 2023 and beyond to not smoke at all. And if I were to ever smoke, it would be just to maybe experiment, maybe if I cared to, but I don't. Because smoking also releases a synthetic dopamine in your brain. For those that don't know. Did you know that weed releases a synthetic dopamine rush in your brain? Why do you think people get so addicted to it? Why do you think there's a such thing as weed crackheads? Potheads. I'm just dropping gems. Don't hate the messenger. I'm just dropping gems. Caffeine also releases a synthetic dopamine rush in your brain. Don't hate the messenger though. I'm just dropping them gems. Caffeine, synthetic dopamine rush. Weed, synthetic dopamine rush. Sugar, synthetic dopamine rush. Shall I continue? So many oppositions. No smoking, no drinking especially. There is no need to drink. I don't care to drink at all. I never smoked cigarettes. I tried once 5 years ago, and it was a menthol type. Are we back, y'all? We back. Did it lag at all previously before that lag just now? The stream has been pretty smooth, right? Prior to the lags just now. But how has the rest of the stream been, like, as far as lag-wise? Has it been smooth? Prior to, like, the few times that it did have that, it was perfect? Good, perfect. So I figured it out. See, the reason why I think it even lagged just now is because I accidentally moved it. I think that's why. Gotta keep the phone still. It's been real decent. That's what's up. Good. So do you guys have any more questions? Because like I said, even the last Q&A that I did on here, that I was on here for 9 hours, I got caught up with also dissing trolls and all that dumb shit, and I really just want to prioritize answering you guys' question on a Q&A. So if you guys have any more questions, let's do it. Any more questions about anything that pertains to your journey? Anything. You need clarity. If you lack clarity in your life about maybe something that you've been through, um, tell me about it. Tell me and I'll give you clarity about it. Let's do that. Can I still incorporate noodles in my diet? It depends on what kind of noodles, right? Um, because if you're going to talk about ramen noodles and if you want to talk about most of the noodles that they sell in the supermarkets, then I would say no, because most of the noodles that they sell you are bad noodles. So be very careful when fucking with noodles. Be careful. Do you still listen to music? If so, what genre do you recommend? I remember I caught myself the other day. I was listening to R&B. Where I wanna be. 'Cause when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad now that I wanna be. She's crying her heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be, where I wanna be. I like sometimes listening to soothing music. I wish I could remember some other R&B classics off the top of my head, but who knows about that classic right there? I wrote my baby girl a message, said I won't be coming home. I'd rather be alone. Dun, dun. She doesn't fully understand me. So I'd rather leave than to cheat. Dun, dun, dun. Man, I can't really remember. But that man, I wish I could tell y'all his name. But for anybody that know R&B, they know exactly what song I'm talking about. Like anybody that really listen to R&B, they already know who that is and what song that is. I just can't remember. But R&B, I may listen to, R&B songs like John B. featuring Tupac. Are you still down, baby? Are you still down? Still down for me, baby? Are you still down? And then John B's Tupac saying that, and then you got John B. Melody. Are you still down for me, babe? Oh, are you still down for me, babe? Oh, are you still? He said, love was again at all. Ain't no fun in love when you loving alone. How does it feel to be useless? Oh no. No. You know what I'm saying? Like songs like that, just some smooth shit. Make you feel like you walking down the street with a suit on, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like I like 90s R&B. I like a lot of those tracks from the 90s. I like to listen to Aaliyah maybe. Rock the boat, working in it, work the middle, work the middle, work the middle, change positions. Mm, 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 mm. For me, I like, R&B is a great genre. I don't really listen to it a lot though. It's very once in a blue moon that I listen. Almost remembered his name. Darnell something. I forgot. It may come to me. But R&B, and I also be keeping up with this New York drill scene, just to see what's going on in New York, and listening to the music sometimes too as well. Because I'm from New York, and just to see that New York is really like running the music right now, it's kind of surreal for me to watch. Because this is where I'm from. I've been knowing about all of these street politics my whole life. I've been knowing about all of these million different hoods beefing with each other, bro. It's about to be a million different New York drill rappers coming out. I promise you. And I promise you, all of them are gonna be talented. So for all of y'all niggas that miss K Flock and D Thing, bro, don't worry about them niggas if you a New York drill fan. I promise you, it's gonna be a bunch of niggas that's gonna be coming out that are gonna make you forget about them niggas. Like them niggas is not that special. I'ma just say that. They're not that special. It's just that y'all niggas don't know about New York. Trust me, it's gonna be a lot more niggas that's gonna be coming out that is gonna make you forget about the people that may not be able to make music again. You know, New York is full of a lot of people that is gonna be doing their thing on this New York drill shit for sure. For sure. Oh, Arnett Jones. See, you a legend for that. See, I told you it was somebody in here that was gonna know that shit. I told y'all niggas, bro, that's a classic. So the name of that song that I was singing in the beginning is Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be, if you want to listen to it. It's a great record. It's a classic record. Yo, can somebody tell me that other Donnell Jones song that's a classic too? It's two of them shits. It's two of them shits from that same album. That shit is a classic. It's Where I Wanna Be, and it's another one. Off the same album. Can you tell me that shit? I forgot. It's another song on that album though that is incredible. I love that song. I just can't remember the name of it. Yeah, Donnell Jones, Where I Wanna Be. That's a great song. That's just the vibes of like, you know, I like listening to those type of just smooth shit. Oh, Joe. Joe is another great R&B artist from the 90s. Joe, Avant, John B, Donnell Jones, Keith Sweat, Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross is not from the 90s though. Luther Vandross is from like the 70s. The 70s and the 80s. Luther Vandross is a classic. His fucking music is beautiful. Luther Vandross. Anybody else I could think of? If anybody else want to drop some comments of like goated like R&B artists, enlighten some people and drop them in the comments. He said Neo. I don't really listen. I mean, Neo do got some class. I'm not going. Yeah, Neo got some classics. R. Kelly especially. You know, we're not going to talk about what R. Kelly done did, but if we're going to talk about strictly music, R. Kelly is the GOAT of R&B. That you just can't take that away from that man. His music, when it comes to R&B, is phenomenal. But if it's true, the things that he was doing, then he's a fucking disgusting, fucking creep ass person. Jodeci is a great group. Oh, who know about the guy? Who know about the guy? That's a 90s, like, you gotta really know about 90s R&B to know about the guy. Who know about the group called The Guy? Or Guy, one of the two. It's either called Guy or The Guy. Who know about them? And don't lie. Who know about the guy? Who know about them? Say Casey and JoJo. They classic. That's a fact. LL Cool J. That's a fact. Wu-Tang. We talking about R&B though. We talking about R&B. You know, rap is a different conversation, but R&B, yeah. Bro, I should listen to Wale featuring CeeLo Green, Gullible. It came out 2013. Will blow your mind on how it predicted this time we living in. Are you talking about that Wale album where he had like, it was like Seinfeld, the main character from Seinfeld was like pretty much narrating the album? Are you talking about that album? Because I listened to that whole album when that shit came out. That shit was fire. You talking about that Wale album that was pretty much inspired by the show called Seinfeld, where I think his name is Jerry Seinfeld. I'm not sure, something, I don't know, but are you talking about that album? But you talking about that album, then I already heard that shit, and that whole album is goated for sure. Oh nah, it's on The Gifted. Oh, I didn't really listen to The Gifted. I didn't really listen to that one. But the Wale album that he made with him and the guy from Seinfeld, like was narrating the album, that's a classic Wale album right there. I need to go listen to that one. That's a classic Wale album right there. I won't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You don't wanna fuck with me. Oh, Sade. Oh, Sade. Her voice is so motherfucking sexy. Sade. Sade's motherfucking voice, bro. If you want to listen to a woman that sounds so motherfucking feminine, go listen to Sade. Nigga, you want to be a grown ass man, nigga, you got your own apartment, nigga, turn the lights out, dim the lights. you know what I'm saying, light some candles in your crib and just relax and listen to Sade, my nigga. Relax and listening to some Sade, nigga. That's some real grown man shit, nigga. Nigga, light you some incense and get you some candles, turn the lights down a little bit, and do what you know, play the game or whatever you do to relax, or just chill for a minute just by yourself and just listen to that. Her voice is beautiful. Beautiful. Do I listen to jazz music? Absolutely. Jazz is amazing. You say you got all his albums. Pharrell Williams. Pharrell's a GOAT. Pharrell's a GOAT. You know, it's one of my favorite songs. That Sensual Seduction by Snoop Dogg. I don't know what it is about that song, but ever since that shit came out when I was a kid. And that shit, I just used to love that song, the sound of it, the euphoric feel of it. Sensual Seduction. Yo, that shit is so. I wanna take my time. She gonna get hers before I'm gonna take it slow. I'm not gonna rush the stroll, cause she can get. Yo, that shit is so hard, bro. I don't know what that shit. I love that song. I think I'm gonna forever love that song. And if you watch the video, it's fucking hilarious. So she said, you might be with her, but she's thinking about me. We gon' go to the mall. We gon' go out to eat. All that we rather do is play in the sheets. Nigga, that's my song. That song is so fire. I can't lie. Said fire track fact. That song is goated, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Snoop is a GOAT for that record. Like, once Snoop made that record, he was a GOAT to me. I was like, damn, this nigga's so original. Like, this song is so different. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't hear songs like that nowadays. You don't have artists that exist, like artists like Kanye West back in the day. Like, we don't have artists that exist that are willing to step outside of the box and do other shit. So I appreciate artists like that, like Kanye West especially. Kanye West is the GOAT to me. I don't care what nobody say about Kanye West. Kanye West, bro, is a GOAT, nigga. I remember when I was a kid, I found out about, you see Tupac was on my neck, nigga. How I found out about Tupac was my dad. My dad, when I used to go to his house when I was a kid, when, you know what I'm saying, I used to go to his house for a little bit, you know, like once every weekend, a little bit for a while. And I used to try to spend time with my pops to get to know him because he wasn't in my life. So I used to pay attention to everything my dad did. And he would always play Kanye West and Tupac. I used to love going to my dad's house because he would just be blasting music all day. I'd be in there, you know what I'm saying, like listening to it, like, yo. And sometimes he would let me get the playlist and let me choose songs that I like. And I used to try to choose a certain song to try to impress him. So he'd be like, yo, that's a nice choice of song, son. Nice choice. I used to love Kanye West because my dad too. Like, Kanye West is a phenomenal artist. I ain't gonna sit here and say I like all of his music, but you know, his classic albums, like, oh man, those are so goated. Yeah, these rappers are scared to step outside the box, but why would they step outside the box? You know, let me tell you the reason why mumble rap is so big, because you don't have to do much. You know, you just get a super duper good beat and then just try to be, you know, creative on that. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, you ain't really got to say too much. Just, you know, don't repeat something that you might have said before. Make sure that it rhyme, and make sure, like nowadays, what matters more than anything is beat and flow. That's why, you know, artists like Future are so big, because he has mastered how to flow a certain way on these trap beats that makes it sound really good. Can't take that away from him. I remember listening to songs when he came out with that mixtape that had March Madness on it, that had trap niggas on it. God blessing on the trap niggas. God blessing on the trap. Oh, the niggas in the like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the way Future know how to deliver on those beats is why people just can't help but respect that the shit sound good. You know what I'm saying? And then you got artists that's coming out that's new. That's what's this dude name? Yeet. That music is very interesting to me because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like I can't understand why maybe people would like somebody like Yeet. I'm gonna tell you why people like Yeet. People like Yeet because that shit is like on another level with him. Like he is really on some like really just straight flow. Like it doesn't matter really what he's saying. He don't really be saying too much. It's just that he has a certain unique kind of flow and his beat selection is proper. Them beats that they be using, how you like, damn. And then he don't really have to say too much because the beat is already leading the way. All he got to do is just match the beat's energy. That's not really hard to do. It's not hard to do. You talking to a dude that I could do stuff like that. Like I understand what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why they're so successful because all you got to do is just use a good ass beat. You got to have some swag, know how to put some clothes together. In the video, when you doing the video, you got to just look like you confident in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look like, you know, look like you carry yourself like one of these mainstream artists. Like have strong body language. Don't look like a SoundCloud rapper. If you're gonna do a video, look like you a rapper. Like have strong body language. You know what I'm saying? Look like you about the shit that you talking about. You mean the shit that you say. You know what I'm saying? And have that look like your shit is fire. Like you gotta talk like your shit fire. You know what I'm saying? So I understand all of these things. Like I could literally come out with my own record label and I could coach artists on how to be successful. I can do that. I know all the ins and outs about how to do everything you need to do to be successful with making music. I know. All it would take is for artists to be open-minded enough and not be weak-minded to the point where I can't give you constructive criticism. But I would be able to like make an artist like extremely great. I'm 100% capable at that. From the little things on, I would literally be there in the studio with you, coaching you on every single part of how you rapping on a beat, the ad-libs that you doing, the timing of your flow. I know about all of that shit. And I would sit there and be listening to it while you rapping. Put it together. And I'd be like, yeah. At 1 minute and 32 seconds, from 1 minute and 32 seconds to 1 minute and 47 seconds, you kind of are gonna make people feel like it doesn't give them that euphoria feeling. You kind of took away from the euphoria with that moment of the song. Like I understand all of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another topic though. But do y'all have any more questions though, like outside of the topic of this? Any more other questions about maybe pertaining to semen retention? Do you have any semen retention questions? No fap questions? Life questions? You going through something in your life? Any questions about those things? Any questions for me, like in my personal life? You want to ask me about my personal life from things that you've seen me talk about on YouTube, whatever. What do you feel like causes muscle twitching in the body and eye twitching? Well, that's another deep conversation that probably other people wouldn't think that I know, but I do know. The reason why your muscles is twitching is because your blood is having a hard time circulating. So it's trying to fight through the mucus and through the blood clots that the mucus is attaching itself to your blood and becoming like blood mixed with mucus. And it's trying to fight from that happening continuously because it keeps happening. Every time your blood try to circulate through the mucus just makes it become a mucus slash blood sort of cell. And it keeps on forming. A bunch of those shit just forming in your body. So twitching in your eyes and things like that, I would say comes from, if you think about your eyeball, right? If you do your research, your eyeball is made up of strictly veins. Strictly veins. Meaning that your eyeball is made up of strictly blood flow. So that is your blood trying to, get the blood circulating properly to your eyes and things of that nature. That's just my, I guess you could say that's my guess. But that's what I truly believe, is that when you're having like twitching problems in your muscles and twitching in your eye, I would say that I think you're just having blood circulation problems. And that's your blood is just really trying to fight. Right? That's just my opinion, my educated guess on that. But good question though. Any other questions? You can ask me anything. Cause like I said, I did a long ass live stream the other day, and I wish I would have like paid attention to more questions in that live stream. So I'm trying to catch as many questions as I can now, and hopefully I'm not missing anything. Give you guys a minute to type your questions. How long have I been on this live? What, about like 2 hours already? It's been like 2 something hours maybe, give or take. Yeah, I'm really locked in though. I'm really excited about practicing blood retention. And I'm just ready to take it to the next level. I'm really excited to see my body transform. I'm excited for you guys to tell me about your journeys. How to fall asleep faster. Well, for one, don't go to sleep with a clogged up system. See, a lot of people, sleep quality is terrible because your body is having to do too much work. So you can get 8 hours of sleep, 10 hours of sleep, and still wake up and be tired because your body is having to put in too much work, having to fight off mucus, and clear your system and cleanse you and detox you. So a lot of people struggle with sleep and things of that nature because your system is clogged. Once again, it goes back to that. And see, for example, you see me, I'm very poised and relaxed, right? So as long as I do what I got to do during the day and have a productive day, by the time the end of the night comes, it won't be a problem for me to go to sleep because I'm already in a relaxed state. So now when it comes time for me to go to sleep, I don't have any problem going to sleep. I'll be going to sleep very early a lot of different times. I go to sleep early on a regular. It's very easy for me to go to sleep. I don't really have sleep problems. A lot of people would say, oh, I'm having sleep problems because of SR. That shit keeping me up at night. Here's another gem I can drop on you. The reason why SR is making you have sleep issues is because, like I said, your system is clogged, pushing up against your prostate, giving you all of these, like, inhumane urges that you're having. That is, making your body malfunction in a way that the urges are keeping you up and you thinking that you may be having some sort of withdrawal that's going on, or you may be having you know, like just this is what SR, this is the energy of SR. But that's not the case. You know, you can't really say that if your system is not clean. You know, you have a swollen colon that is pushing up against your prostate. And for those that don't know, it also goes deeper, because let me tell you something about, you know, okay, now let's have a grown man conversation about gay intercourse, right? Let's have a conversation about that, right? For those that may not know, you probably wondering, right? What does a man get out of taking it in the back from a man? Now this is where it goes back to diet. See, what a man gets from that is that he's already have a bad diet his whole life, something pushing up against his colon. I mean his prostate, right? So through that type of intercourse between two men, that is where what is happening when a man is doing that to another man. A man is pushing with his piece, hitting that man's prostate, which is making that man feel like he's sus or he's enjoying that encounter. And may even, I'm not sure, but I've heard even women say that they've had orgasms from a man hitting it from their back, not doing nothing with their front, but he in the back with it. And she said, I've heard before that it's possible for a woman to come like that. And I'm sure that there's men out here that probably, you know, come like that as well from a man doing that to them, if that's what they like to do, you know, being, you know, gay and everything. So I feel like that is part of the agenda of a bunch of men out here being, you know, going that way in life and being gay, is because they're already so used to something pushing up against their prostate that by the time that they start having gay intercourse, you know, it just makes sense for them, I guess. But it goes deeper. But that's just my opinion. You know, I'm not trying to, you know, do anything but just express my opinion. That's all. He said, I'm gay, but I'm celibate. What are you referring to? You do what? You do what? On what day do you start to notice or feel the benefits of SR? Is it after 7, 14, or 30 days? There's no such thing as feeling the benefits after a certain amount of days. I can also debunk that as well. Because the reason why people think that they start to feel good on a lot of days is because y'all start having these serious urges because of the foods that y'all putting in y'all body, and then y'all step away from these sites and things that, you know, you used to be watching that, you know. So now when you're putting these bad foods in your body, you're getting these urges that's making you think that you have the energy, but you don't. You don't. What you'll actually come to realize is that all of that pornography addiction has actually, you know, made your piece a dead piece. You actually have erectile dysfunction. But the reason why you don't have erectile dysfunction is because of your diet and your colon pushing up against your prostate, activating your prostate and keeping you in a unnaturally horny state. But I guarantee you, if you cleanse your digestive system and your prostate, you would end up realizing that you actually are suffering from ED, because your dick is not going to properly operate the same once you do that. It's not going to be the same. The urges are not going to be the same. You would see. So, me personally, you know, as far as that analogy, when you start fearing the benefits, I wouldn't worry too much about that, because I would say that you don't start really feeling benefits until your brain starts to reprogram itself and the rest of your body is also doing the same, going back to its natural state. And that won't take 7 days. That won't take 14 days and all the other numbers that you said, not even 30. That will take 90 days plus. So for all of you guys that want to be on blood retention and want real benefits on your journey, don't worry about these low days. 90 plus is when you'll start seeing the real benefits. but not at 90, 90 plus, right? So that's my take on that, right? Obviously, in the past, I used to have a different analogy about this, but, you know, things have changed. He said, where I'm at, the background look like the old vids. I'm in the homeless shelter. I see what you mean, though, now that I'm looking at it. I see what you mean. It looked like the old room I used to be in when I was living in that room in a private house in Brooklyn. Said, about intercourse, I've had same-sex experience in the past, so I know about it a little bit. Right. Okay, okay. Okay. Yeah, live your life. And would you like to enlighten anybody that doesn't live your lifestyle? I want to ask you a mature adult question pertaining to the topic that I just brought up. Have you ever hit a man from the back and that man came from that? Or vice versa, has a man ever hit you from the back and you came? Just so I can get these guys to understand that what I'm saying is facts about that is what is your feeling when you feel like you're getting a good feeling from somebody penetrating you there. It's because they're pushing up against your prostate. Right? Because if you think about, you know, sex intercourse between a man and a woman, you know, a man being inside of a woman's pussy, she can come from that a million times. And it is very easy for a man to come like that as well. But I would say, you know, obviously, pause, but like, you know, the ass has a hole that, you know, whatever. So I guess, because let's talk about women, right? This is kind of uncomfortable, but I'm trying to be mature. A man, if you were to have, you know, sex with a woman and be hitting it from the back, you would be able to just strictly hit it from the back, no pussy involved, and you would still be able to orgasm from that. So that's the point that I'm trying to make on, I guess, the man giving, you know, he can probably get some sort of, you laughing, you know, the man could get some sort of something out of that probably. I mean, not probably, but obviously. Okay, so you just proved my point. You say, yes, I have. From getting penetrated, I've came before. So I probably just gave you some clarity on maybe why you were trying to understand how was that even possible. So I'm right. See? Thank you. So for anybody that wants to question my logic, there is a dude that is living that lifestyle as a grown man, doing what he wanted to do, living his life. That just told you that I'm speaking facts about that is why, you know, a woman or a man can get a feeling from penetration from the back. Is that you are feeling your prostate being slammed on just the same way your colon, the heavier it get, is pushing up against your prostate. But instead, with a piece, it's banging on your prostate. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. So that is why, you know, there is some sort of, you know, orgasm that a man ends up having. Yeah, bro, I'm dropping gems. I'm dropping gems. I mean, you know, pause, whatever. But, bro, I don't gotta say pause, matter of fact. I'm not a kid no more, bro. Like, I'm a grown-ass motherfucking man. Niggas know I'm not gay. Even the dude in the comments that said that shit, he know I'm not gay. Right? So I don't have to clarify that. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. I'm about to be 30 years old in like 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So me over here playing them little kid games, saying pause every time I say some shit, I'm too grown for that shit, bro. I'm sorry. Niggas know my body. Nigga say he dropping gems for the LGBTQ. Alright, that was funny. That was funny. I mean, clearly I am, because I'm pretty sure and guarantee that they don't even know why that feels good. They don't even know. They probably just thought like, oh, maybe just the asshole is a sensitive area or something like that. No, the asshole is not a pussy. So it doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so, you know, I would say, I guess for the LGBTQ community, I have some gems for y'all. It's about, bro, I'm a legend, bro. I'm a legend. I don't care what y'all say. I'm a legend. Now, what was I about to say? For example, like women, when a man, my fault, I'm gonna get to your question, bro. My fault. When a man is having sex with a woman, there's different sections of a wall that you can be targeting. There's the front wall. I think they call that I think it's letters that they give it, but I think the A wall is in the back, right? There's a wall that when you're banging on it in the back and you're pushing her back every time if you have ever been in the back of a bitch walls and you banging on that and what you doing is you pushing her walls back. You keep on pushing it back, and that's what's gonna make her have a crazy orgasm and keep on making her bust. Because you so deep in her walls, you banging on the back of it, but it's sensitive though, so it's you pushing it back. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what's happening to the same sex intercourse with two men. It's kind of similar because the man is using his piece to push on the man's prostate, which is overly activating the man's prostate and giving them a feeling. Same feeling that y'all niggas be having when y'all having these weird ass crazy urges on the regular because of your diet and your clogged up system that is pushing up against your prostate, overly activating it, giving you these strong urges that just feel like you can't do nothing about it, making you go against your own logic of understanding the importance of semen retention and no fat. You get home enough, you can't even remember the fact, like, yo, for me, this would come with the game. Like, I'm not supposed to relapse. You know what I'm saying? We was not supposed to never relapse. But the reason why it's so hard is because of, like I said, it's more to it than just staying away from these sites and not looking it up to not relapse. Like, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. So I just dropped gems for the LGBTQ community. I'm a GOAT. Now let me answer your question. He said men and females got a G spot, no homo, but it's fact. Pretty much. Pretty much. There's stories about men getting turned out in jail that I've heard where a nigga got, nigga gave him an ultimatum. He had to give up that booty or whatever. Nigga gave it up. Long story short, the nigga that say he took the booty from him, he was telling a story on, like, how the nigga turned into a thought and he just started letting everybody in the general population start banging them from the back. Nigga became a thought. First, he came in jail and he had a wife and kids and everything like that. Nigga gave him an ultimatum to give up the butt. Nigga gave up the butt, and then they got into some shit, and then now he turned around and became a thought and let everybody start banging on him. That's tough. All right, let me scroll up. Just out of curiosity, have you explored penis enlargement? I have, actually. It's called PE exercises, like stretching or joking. What's your view on this topic? Should men stop being insecure or work on themselves? That's a great question. That's a very mature question. You asking the right person. I have absolutely done my research on that, because I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not small, right? But I'm definitely, like, I got a great size piece, but as a man, you still just want to find out if you can make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? So out of curiosity, I just wanted to see, if there was ways that I can do that. I've done some research. They have things like, the air pump where you put it on your piece and then you pump air in it. And what it does is it helps more blood circulate to your piece. That helps it enlarge in girth and even length. Because obviously, the more blood flow that goes to your piece, it will enlarge in girth and length. And girth is so important when you're trying to have sex with a woman because you are hitting every single one of her walls when you're inside of her. So, make sure that, prioritize girth. You know what I'm saying? Girth is very important. But yeah, I've heard of, I've looked into joking and things of that nature, and I've even tried it myself, but honestly, I just got to the point where I just like, nah, this ain't it. I've heard stories of people, telling they benefits about doing it and that it worked over time. And I've also heard stories of men saying that it completely ruined their dick, and they, by an accident, they pulled a tissue trying to joke and all that. They pulled a tissue, they pulled something in a piece, and a piece is never the same. So I would suggest everybody in this chat, don't worry about anything penis enlargement, because trust me, I've done my research and none of it is worth it. The only penis enlargement that you need is blood retention, right? Because your meat is only made up of skin and blood and veins, right? No homo. When you get the stiff, right? Pay attention to what happens when it's stiff and when it's raging. You'll see that it's a bunch of veins pulsing. A bunch of veins is pulsing, trying to get blood in it so that it can expand, so that you can procreate. That is the purpose of that. Meaning that the better blood circulation that you have, that is your PE. So that also means that the blood retention journey is a penis enlargement journey. Because one thing I can also say is that the size of my piece has changed, even being vegan. Let me give you an example of how. Me and Faith was having sex for a long time, right? Quite recently, I would say when she came through, like, I think it was like 3, 4 months, like 4 months ago, something like that. There was a very different reaction in her reaction to me going up inside the walls. As soon as I would immediately went inside her walls, she literally screamed to the top of her lungs and said, "Oh my God, it's so big. It got so big." First of all, for anybody that has never experienced a girl telling you, that your dick is so big going inside you, I can honestly tell you right now that's music to your ear. There is no song on this planet that exists that sounds better than a woman saying, "Oh my God, it's so big." That is the most beautiful thing you can ever hear. And then the reaction of her face, like, have you ever seen a girl make that face before while she's telling you how big it is? So for any of y'all that think I struggle with self-esteem issues, for whatever reason, I don't. And I'm trying to help y'all niggas with being on blood retention, because I have seen the benefits already, and I'm just now about to really, really start taking it serious, like next level. So for any of you guys that have never experienced that before, that has had sex and never experienced a girl telling you that shit while she's looking at it, looking like she's about to, like she loves you more than anything on this planet. She's just looking at you with the look like, bro, when I was going up inside there and she was wet, she was like, and then that's when it started. The screaming started, and she was looking at me with that look while while I had her groped up from the back with the hair in my hand. Very accomplishing feeling. When I started seeing real, enlargement in my piece, no homo, was when I started jogging, because it increased my blood circulation in my body and was cleansing me. So, right? And no homo, I'm gonna be this real, right? If I were to ever see, and this is for all the mature people that's listening, if I was to ever see like some real drastic changes in my piece, I will post a public picture of myself on the internet, not on my channel, but I will go to a separate, like maybe Google Images or Reddit, And for anybody that I would say, for anybody that want to see my results from being on blood retention, I'll show niggas. Maybe, maybe not. I'm still thinking about it. But I would do something like that just to really show niggas that it's not a game over here. I would do that. And it's not like you gay for looking at that. So don't let nobody try to make you think that you gay. Because let me also explain something to you. What I also seen, there was a community in Reddit of people that was in an enlargement community that they were, you know, showing people their gains and shit. That's when I had to get the fuck out that community because I'm like, oh, no, I'm not trying to see a whole bunch of pictures. But at the end of the day, it's not sus because I would show people, you know, that I feel like my piece would be unique because if my piece is only made up of blood and veins and I'm on blood retention, give me about 2 to 5 years, especially 5 years plus, and I start to see some real drastic changes in my shit. If you think it's gay, just don't look at the fucking picture. But for those niggas that's mature enough and want to see that, okay, it must be some shit for this nigga to get to the point where he's actually gonna take a picture of this shit and show niggas. What I might actually do is probably make a OnlyFans, nigga, and make niggas have to pay to go see that shit. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but for anybody that would be, you know, want to see that if I'm capping, that would be the best way to see because that is direct. Here's where you get to see, you know, the quality of your blood flow and the strength of your erection. The strength of your erection lets you know how strong your dick is. And I used to get a lot of compliments from Faith about how strong my shit is. Listen, of course y'all gonna say, oh, chill, or I don't know. That's cool, bro. A lot of y'all niggas is little niggas. A lot of y'all niggas is under 25 years old. If you under 25 years old and you talking to me, you a little nigga to me. That's just on some grown man shit. If you want me to keep it all the way 100, if you are under 25, you are a little nigga to me. You want to call me old because I'm over 25? Well, if you are under 25, you a little nigga to me. Simple. So I guarantee you that everybody that commented that shit is under 25. Look, you said you 20. I can't look. For you that said chill, how old are you? I bet you under 25. Because any nigga that's grown, you said I'm 28. Oh, I guess you an exception. But okay, let me be as real as to say this. If I was curious enough about somebody being on a journey of blood retention and your piece is literally made up of only blood, I may go see. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. That doesn't mean that I would have sex with that man. That doesn't mean I would grope his piece up and do some gay shit. That don't mean none of that. Just because I go to see it doesn't mean that I'm gay. You niggas gotta grow up. You niggas gotta grow up. Especially if it's for educational purposes, bro. Like, you niggas complain about how school ain't teach you niggas about sexual education and all of this other shit, but now somebody's willing to give you raw sexual education. The rawest way possible. Where you may even, I don't know if I'll do it or not, but you may get access to seeing it in rawest form. Literally. You niggas is complaining about, oh, chill. Okay, that's on you. I don't care. Like I said, I wouldn't post it on my channel though. I wouldn't do that. I would go in a separate, you know, website or whatever, and I would just tell you to go. If you want to go see it. If you don't, you don't. I would do that. Maybe, maybe not. But I will wait until I'm on this journey for like the next 5 years plus. When I got it mastered for the next like 5 years plus, then I'll probably think about doing that. But until then, that's that. So the conversation is not even pertaining to now. I'm talking about 5 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, if I accidentally ate cottage cheese, is that, like I told you, if you accidentally did it and you didn't consciously do it to where you knew it was cottage cheese and you ate it, that does not count on your streak. Doesn't count. Doesn't count. You know, that's like if you were minding your business scrolling on YouTube and you come across some porn content. Like, for example, I had to get off TikTok last month because that shit triggered me to relapse. I saw some Colombian woman clapping her ass and she was beautiful as hell. And that shit gave me a urge like a motherfucker. I started watching her channel on TikTok, and I ended up, you know, doing my thing after that and bust and relapsed. You know? So, but if I would have just saw her clapping her ass and I would have just scrolled past the shit and didn't go to her page and no shit like that. I mean, even if you go to her page, because I strictly was trying to go to her page to actually see if that's what her content consists of. I was scrolling through it like, damn, this what she do then? Tough. A part of me did feel guilty about it. Like I probably shouldn't have been scrolling through her. No. This is where I fucked up at. I wasn't just scrolling through her page. I was actually clicking on some of them videos and really watching them shit. So that's where I fucked up at. That's where you fuck up at. If you just take a light scroll and be like, okay, this is what she doing? All right, let me just get her off here. Let me just like not fuck with this shit, whatever. But once you start clicking on the videos and watching them shits, you fucked up. So yeah, like if I would have just scrolled past this shit or checked her page real quick, left, and then, you know, that wouldn't have counted on my streak because it wasn't like I went to go look for her clapping. I didn't fucking subscribe to her channel on TikTok. I didn't do none of that. She just popped up on my fucking algorithm. Out of nowhere. I never liked no bitch fucking video doing no sexy shit. Never liked it. So it's not like it has any purpose of being on my feed, TikTok. But honestly, fuck. I relapsed on SR, but it don't matter because I need blood retention. Hey, get on that blood retention, my guy. Bro, I had a follow-up question. Check above. Thanks. Damn, my fault. Um, from your experience, have you had any gains or positive results from penis enlargements or using any devices? Was that the follow-up question? Because I pretty much answered that. Success, I would say I definitely was seeing a difference when I was doing certain things, like whether it be jelking and also may have tried a pump as well. Just out of, you know, curiosity to see what it would do. And I was definitely seeing some, but it just felt dangerous. Like it felt like it didn't feel natural. So I just didn't feel comfortable. Or it was okay. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. Like no homo. I had something called the bath mate. I spent a lot of money on that shit too, out of curiosity, because you know I was just seeing if this shit really could work. Because I was really trying to see if I could get my shit to be on some beastie girth shit. So I was using it. It just felt weird though, like, you know, and trying to keep up with that shit every time I go in the shower to use the shit. I was like, nah. I was like, I can't do this shit all the time. It just didn't feel right. So I ended up, and that was a long time ago. I might have tried that out, like I would say, like a year ago. And I was even talking to Faith about this shit. Like Faith was like my best friend as well. Like I also, he said I had the bath mate too. It messed up. It messed me up, caused blisters. God damn. See, I've heard people complain about the bath mate. When I was on Reddit, I was on the bath mate subreddit. And I had to get off that subreddit because niggas was literally taking pictures of their piece inside of the fucking bath mate. I'm like, y'all niggas is bugging. You know what I'm saying? But I've heard people complain about, you know, how they've had crazy fucking problems with their shit. Facts. You see how I could be mature and have a mature conversation on here with y'all niggas and not care about somebody clipping this shit and making a fucking exposed video? I don't give a fuck. Do what you gotta do, you clout chasing ass bitch. I don't give a fuck. Call me what you wanna call me. Have you ever been in a female walls with her screaming, oh my God, it feels so big. Oh my God, it feels so perfect. If you ain't never had a girl tell that to you, but you think you want to make exposed videos about me, that's tough. That's tough. Bro, first of all, let me also talk my shit a little bit more. I was the first man in Faith pussy to ever make her pussy start creaming white shit. You ever been in a bitch walls smashing on her shit and your dick turned white? Have you ever had that? Do you even niggas know what that is? A lot of you little ass boy niggas that be thinking y'all want to talk, say something to me, like be immature or some shit. Have y'all niggas ever experienced that? Where you punching a bitch walls and your whole dick, you see the shit is turning white? filled with like some sort of white sticky shit. Your whole dick turned white. Have you ever experienced that? Most of y'all probably not. Faith told me the reason why also, y'all probably wondering why I wifed the girl that was a thought, right? I mean, technically she was a thought for real because she had way too much bodies and she was supposed to be respecting her religion. So yes, that's some thought shit. But the reason why I was able to justify being with her because she told me I was the best sexual experience she ever had. And she's never seen her pussy cream white shit like that before. There has been no man that she has ever been with that has made her pussy start creaming. So that's that on that. Said hanging weights from your peeps works. I'm not doing that shit. I don't know, nigga. The fuck, the motherfucker, nigga. I mean, I feel you though. I could see on some real shit. Not trying to tease you. I could see how that could actually work. I can see that because the piece is a very sensitive piece of skin. So if something is like always weighing it down, I will presume that eventually it will start to do this. I mean, I get it. So, I mean, if y'all gonna be using that shit, just be careful. But I see how that can work for sure. I can see how that can work. Absolutely. Just make sure it ain't too heavy. Just be careful with that because you could pull a muscle. But if you know what you're doing and said it's already been working for you, you ain't had no injuries, then yeah. Yeah, you feel so annoyed because you accidentally ate cottage cheese. I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain, bro. Trust me. It comes with the process, though, my God. It comes with it. Comes with it. So no one should mess with their piece. Nothing could enlarge it like stretching, hanging, or jelking. Not even devices. All. I did it all. I eventually had a dangerous condition. I almost lost my piece. Holy shit. Y'all heard this, nigga? So yeah, bro, it's not worth it. That's what I'm saying. I've heard a couple niggas say that shit, bro. I've heard a couple niggas say shit that they fucking almost for me, bro. I've heard a nigga that said for 10 years straight his dick wasn't even able to get up because he tried to do the penis enlargement, certain penis enlargement shits. I think it was Jelkin. I think it might have been Jelkin. He wrote a long ass fucking page on Reddit. I read that shit. I be on Reddit too, like low key. Sometimes I be on Reddit and I sub to certain subreddits, for like to try to learn about what people going through in life. Like I subreddit to like, relationship Reddits and things like that. People venting about their relationships and their marriages and their long distance relationships. I be reading through them shits, trying to learn about shit that, because I don't know these people. And since they giving people access to their life and talking about their life, I appreciate it because I get to learn some shit. And in the future, what I will be doing reaction videos to Reddit posts in the future. So for those that want to stay down with me till I come up and I'm able to do reaction videos, I will be doing Reddit reaction videos. On Twitch, however I set it up. But trust me, my channel gonna be lit soon, bro. Trust me. Reddit is the best for knowledge for real. That's a fact. Reddit is slept on. A lot of people don't know about Reddit. Just be careful because Reddit is also an extreme source of the hub. It's a lot of stuff that could be on there that could be some site shit. You could easily search up on this on Reddit, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole big twerk community of like 500,000 people that sub to the shit, and all they do is post different girls that be twerking. Million. Bro, I was on it before when I realized. I'd scrolling mad video, mad video, mad video, mad videos. So you have to be very careful because there's subreddits with a bunch of porn. Different kind of porn, bruh. Big booty porn, fucking twerking porn, sex porn, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So y'all niggas gotta be careful. Reddit is dangerous for real. What's good, Xavier? And I feel like you used to relapse on on Reddit, all types of weird shit. Oh, you said, man, I feel like I used to relapse on Reddit, all types of weird shit. Oh, yeah, I seen that on Reddit. Yep, make sure you got that safe search on enabled. Yeah, yeah. You gotta be careful on that Reddit shit, man, for real. How do you defeat lust? Well, lust, the direct definition of lust is when you cannot control your sexual desires for any kind of woman, even a woman that is led astray. She's a whore. She's disgusting of a person, and we over here fapping, watching these women with the bubble butts, watching it. You know what I'm saying? And they sluts. They disgusting people. How do you control? How do you conquer your lust? You have to be knowledgeable to understand the beings of these people that you have lust for. Why don't you try to understand why women operate the way they do? Study. And the person that asked me that, actually, I think you was the person that said you was gay. So that's a whole nother conversation. I would assume that obviously you are you are referring to your lust for men. And that's a different conversation, but I guess to talk about women and men struggling with women, you have to ask yourself certain questions like, okay, why am I so addicted to big booty? Why do, when I see a big booty out here, I just lose my fucking mind? Right? Now let me give this dude real quick, his some LGBTQ advice before I go to y'all. Now, you may be having a feeling that you have for men because maybe you're just attracted to men that presume to be very masculine and very dominant, whether it be they have strong physiques, they have toxic masculinity traits about themselves. I'm trying to level with you. I'm trying to be mature and level with you. So you may be desiring these men to dominate you because of these traits that they presume to have. But maybe you need to get to know these men and pick their brain a lot more and go without having sex for a very long period of time and build a friendship with these people before you just go strictly off of, oh, I'm attracted to this person, I just want to get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's a very different kind of domination when a man is dominating another man to make a man, come. That's a very different type of domination because we're not meant to fucking do that. Where a man could get you to that certain point where we're supposed to be releasing that energy to be inside of a woman for her to have a baby. But a man could be hitting you from the back, pushing up against your prostate, to the point where you orgasm, and that kind of domination is crazy. So yeah, maybe you just, you understand where I'm coming from, right? So now back to men, right, that are, straight. You have to ask yourself questions like, why do I like a woman that got big titties? What is it about? You have to do your exact research. For example, a woman that has really perky, like thick titties means that she is a fertile woman. So you get attracted to women that have a nice set of titties because that means that she is a fertile woman in position to be able to have a great quality baby because she's very fertile. A woman that has a big butt, a real big bubbly butt, also means that she is fertile because that means her big butt will help her be able to carry her baby. And also having a big butt helps the birth process of the baby coming out the womb. You know what I'm saying? Having a woman having a strong, healthy butt is good for birth, which is why for anybody, I don't know if y'all niggas ever had sex with a girl that had a big butt, but let me tell you something. If you have, bro, y'all may think having a girl, and hips, thighs, all that shit is connected to butt. So let's just say that. When I speak about butt, all of that is in the same conversation. They hips and they thighs all make the butt look a certain way. For it could be, it could be a perfect butt. Now, y'all may think, oh, just hitting it from the back is crazy. Let me tell you something, bro. If you hitting a big booty joint from the front, that shit is just as crazy, if not probably more crazy. Because the way the body look when she laying on her back, And you, bro, that's a different, that shit is different. I'm telling you. And it's directly connected to our us letting us know, like, okay, like this is what we need to, this is what we're supposed to do. A woman is supposed to have a big butt, nice hips, and a nice certain thighs where we could be hitting it from the front and we can give her our seed so that she can have a baby. So pay attention to certain qualities that women have that turn you on more. That just means that these women have fertility. You know, when you are going to lengths enough to want to understand why you're attracted to certain qualities that a woman may have. What about skinny girls? That's a great question. Um, I think that's a deeper topic because honestly speaking, I don't really think that it's healthy for a woman to have no ass and no titties. I don't think that's healthy at all. I think that that brings me to another download. I think that the modeling industry, like Victoria's Secret, things of that nature, I think that's a agenda within itself to try to promote women to feel beautiful if they are a certain type of slim, right? Why would they want to promote women having healthy titties and a healthy hips and healthy butt and healthy thighs? I don't think that they want to promote that because they want to keep women in lack and they want to keep women in feeling insecure about themselves so that they could keep on giving their money to their industries, which is the makeup industry and which is the clothing industry, the lingerie industry, all of these industries that's really unnecessary. Because if a woman had a really great body, you wouldn't need to see none of that shit. She wouldn't have to be dressing perfect and makeup and all that. Trust me. Nigga, she could be working at McDonald's with the McDonald's outfit on, with the McDonald's t-shirt buttoned up and tucked in her little bullshit Dickies pants with the all black Nikes on at McDonald's. Her body shape a certain way. When you see that shit, you're gonna lose your fucking mind. You're gonna be like, oh my God. I'm ready to jump over that counter and grab hold of that. Oh my God. I just wanna hug her. I just wanna hug her and grab it from the back too. I just wanna kiss her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just gonna be so attracted to a woman that has that perfect kind of fertile body. And they don't want to empower women like that. So they lead women astray into thinking that it's okay to be super duper skinny. That is not okay. It's not. That's my opinion, though. So don't get me wrong, there's some very sexy ass skinny women out here. But me personally, I would rather not. I would rather not. And I don't really be finding myself being extremely sexually attracted to a woman that don't got no ass and no titties. Think about that. Like, think about a girl that's really, really pretty, but she has no ass and no titties. Would you be extremely attracted to her because her face looks so good? Yeah, you might be enough attracted to her, of course, but it won't be as much of attracted as you could be. That's the point that I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, Davis, you seen my comment? No. What's your comment? Was it a question? Ain't nobody finna search that shit up. Ain't nobody that stupid. Nah, bro, I don't see your. You said I like my thick girls. You say you like my girls big and thick. I don't know. I feel like that's not attractive as well. I don't like. I like proportionate girls. I don't like girls that are this new agenda of like, oh, she thick, or and especially fat women. I don't like that. Because they're dying slowly. That's an agenda. A woman is not supposed to be fat. But I like proportionate women. I don't like thick women because you ain't supposed to be having a hanging stomach. You ain't supposed to be having, flabby ass arms and shit. Your face ain't supposed to be all cheeky where I could pull your cheeks and shit. I ain't supposed to see none of that. I like a woman that has a proportionate body, very proportionate. So that is my ideal woman, a very proportionate, quality, fertile woman. I don't know about that thick, big girl, fat shit. You know what I'm saying? Or Any other questions? You know, when I do these Q&As, future references, I may title it something, you know, just to maybe start a conversation, but we can talk about anything though. Yeah, I like a woman that's proportionate, very proportionate. You know, just be thick in all the right places. You don't need to be thick anywhere else but your thighs, your ass, your titties. And I like for a woman to have nice lips too. I love a woman with nice lips. Other than that, you know, there's no need for you to be fat in other places. I like a woman to be slim in the stomach, you know, very slim stomach so that it can make her hips stand out and the shape of her ass stand out and her thighs stand out, you know. Like I like proportionate shit. Do you feel our testosterone is at its peak in the 20s? Um, I feel like, you know, because there's people in their 20s that grow, you know, think about it. The agenda of porn was for us to be starting to watch that shit when we was like 10, between the ages of 9 and 12 years old. So the whole agenda was for us to get to the point where by the time we turn 20 that we lack testosterone. So I guess that's to answer your question. I don't think that we've ever seen the peak of our testosterone. Never. I think the only way to see the peak of your testosterone is blood retention. But none of you have seen the peak of your testosterone. I'm lucky enough to have a deep voice. I'm very lucky because a lot of people don't have the quality, deep kind of voice that I have. Every time I start talking, women love the sound of my voice. I be seeing it. They be throwing their whole shit off like, oh my God, he sound like a man. Women like that. Women like when a man sound like a man. It just do something to him. I be seeing it. I be seeing it. So I think, yeah, if you want to see the peak of your testosterone, prioritize blood retention. And you'll see the peak. You'll see more than just the peak of your testosterone. You know, prioritize blood retention for the next 5 years and pay attention to the journey as you go along it. Especially when you speak with conviction. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you're not just talking on something like, oh, I don't want her to think I'm coming off. Like when you just talk because you just who you is and you gonna say what you gonna say, how you gonna say it, as long as you're not disrespecting nobody, then absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Davis, what you think? Davis, what you think, y'all, these dudes nowadays be feminine and take drugs to cope with they self like they can't be sober. What do I think about that? Yeah, like these drill rappers that be in the songs like you know, be trying to make it seem like it's cool, like like I take it I take a Xanny and I get my I take a Xanny and get in my feelings. Like, Lord, I need healing. Like, Lord, it's dangerous. Gotta walk around with chrome and spank shit. You know, whatever these niggas be saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Walk around with the Sally and Keisha. Taking the Xanny, Lord of my soul, I'ma keep it. Whatever these drug heads be saying. I'm just making shit up off the top of my head. So you sound like I know, bro. I could easily, bro. I'm telling you, when I get in the studio, I could easily rap that shit, bro. I'm from New York, so I know how to do that shit, of course. But I don't know, and then they be in the video looking like I don't even know how to explain how they look.
Just you, brother?
Yeah, it's just me, bro. What's up?
All right.
Yeah, I'm chilling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So y'all making me want to freestyle now, but I don't really I haven't really been freestyling on acapella too much. But trust me, I've been listening to a lot of New York drill beats, and I'm definitely ready to get in the studio and put something together for sure. But yeah, like I just feel like it's weak. Like for example, I wanted to speak about this, right? Like for you, like literally in the video that I watched, I think earlier today, you know, one of the drill rappers, I could say his name, 'cause I don't give a fuck. His name is Freshie the General. He from Brooklyn. And in the video that I watched, you know, he could just tell he looked all drugged up. He looked crazy, bro. Freshie the General. And the dude, you know, in a clip of the video was a dude pouring pills in a prescription bottle, pouring pills in his hand. And then another clip of the video was like him showing, I'm like, y'all look crazy, bruh. Y'all look mad crazy. If you want to watch the song that I was talking about, I found it on this is YouTube channel that posts all the time different New York drill artists that want to promote their songs and get big in New York or whatever. It's the name of the, you know, channel. It's like a New York channel for all New York drill artists, you know, the new ones, the underground ones, whatever. It's called Raps and Hustle. Raps and Hustle YouTube page. And I'm subscribed to it because that's just my way of keeping up with what's going on in New York City. So I guess if you want to do the same, you can do that. But it was Freshie the General's most recent video on that app. I mean, on that page. And I was watching it just like, y'all look crazy. You looking like you super drugged up in the video. Like, bro, it don't look right. It don't look right. You know what I'm saying? So, it just goes to show, like, they wake up in the morning, you know, after they high come down from these drugs, and life is hard. You know what I'm saying? And I thought about a funny commercial that be popping up on this YouTube shit. Who saw this this YouTube commercial that pop up with this dude trying to rap? Life is hard, but I'll make it. It's a risk, but I'll take it. Feels like I'm been stuck in a basement. I'm just trying to get. Who saw that YouTube commercial? I know somebody in here know what I'm talking about, bro. I know somebody in here know what I'm saying. Yo. You said you thought he was kind of hard, like with the song, the commercial. That's what you talking about, the YouTube commercial. He said I be skipping it. Yeah, that shit is ass. I don't know what he doing, but that shit is ass. He said, "Oh God, you see that?" I don't know why that shit just came to my mind, but I be hating seeing that YouTube commercial, but that shit is hilarious though. And the beat is terrible. Like just everything about that song is just annoying as hell. Like I can't listen to it. But yeah, like it's just yeah. To answer your question real quick to get to the next question, like yeah, I just feel like that's what's going on in New York heavy, especially a lot of people just coping with the drugs. And it's an escape for them somehow because it gives them a sort of high where it takes so many of them because they looking to escape. And that goes to show that the street life that they live in is not doing anything for them because they don't even like the lifestyle they live in because they have to cope with all of these drugs, bro. Once you get to the point where you got to cope with heavy drugs like bunch of pills and shit, like you might as well change your lifestyle of living because it's not fucking working for you, bro. What are you not seeing? What more do you have to see, bro? You got to take 10, 5 pill, 3 pill every day, pilled up. You not happy. And you living in hell, you know, in your own consciousness living in hell. Because I'm living in heaven, you know what I'm saying? Consciously. Like, I could be going through what I'm going through, living in a shelter, and I still feel good, vibrational-wise, energy-wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just think that these dudes need help. I think that they need to vent. I think they need somebody to talk to. I think they need to change their friend group around because their friend group is leading them astray. Their friend group is peer pressuring them to keep up with the lifestyle, because what also helps people cope with lifestyles is seeing other people live the lifestyle with them. Like they say, misery loves company. So mind you, most niggas that pop a bunch of pills end up having other niggas in a bunch of their friend groups that do the same shit that they do. When have you ever heard of a nigga that pop pills that is the only nigga in his friend group that do that? So misery loves company. Them niggas love to be miserable together. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother conversation, but I seen another question. What I'm gonna do when I hit 100K subscribers? Is that what you're talking about, 100K subscribers or views? Like on a video, like 100K on a video, you mean 100K subscribers? What are you talking about? But I guess I'm gonna just say subs. I think that's what you mean, right? 100K subs, right? Okay, subs. So what I'm gonna do is, I would assume by that time I'll be very successful. So what I'll probably do is just maybe go on Twitch. Maybe by that time I have a Twitch. And okay, I'll speak it into existence. I'll go on Twitch and I'll just do a 24-hour stream of just, celebrating with everybody on YouTube and on Twitch. I'll do a double stream on YouTube and Twitch, whatever. I'll probably just do Twitch maybe, but I'll probably do like a long ass stream of just like, just talking about where I came from, how long I've came and how far I've came. Celebrate with y'all, and just drop a whole bunch of gems about life and about how if I got here to this point where I'm successful as a YouTuber with 100K subscribers, coming from where I've come from, the life that I had to live, the grind that I had to, grind, and just try my best to just put a lot of things in perspective and do a whole lot of celebrating, that would be a huge accomplishment for me to have had, because I would assume that I would be the kind of content creator that would have 100K subscribers, but my views match my subs. So that would be an accomplishment for me. I don't know about these other niggas that be having 10K, but they views don't match 100K subs, but they views don't match their subs. So if especially I'm one of those guys that is my views are matching my subs, then I would be extremely happy and proud. And I will be a different type of high off life from that moment forward. Putting out some of the best content that you ever fucking seen. Like, what I'm saying? My vibe will be at its best, obviously, spiritually, blood retention wise. I'm gonna be on a whole nother level. So that's just gonna be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation about how street dudes really just, like I said, bro, a lot of niggas don't know how to have sex. So a lot of niggas be popping pills before they have sex, thinking that they doing something, but bro, you're not even having sex right. You just fucking her like a crackhead, nigga. You don't even know what you doing. Bro, for me, like, nigga, or you want to fuck a bitch because you drunk off the Henny, for me, or you smoke this shit. Like, y'all niggas don't even know how to be sober and have sex. Like, I've been sober completely, nigga, with my dick full of cream because her pussy is so wet and so much. Let me tell you niggas what cream is. When a woman's pussy is creaming, that means that she is the most attracted to you that she can ever be, sexually and in general, to the point where her pussy is helping giving your dick more fluid so that you can keep on penetrating her. That's what cream is. Cream is extra lubrication that starts to come out of the pussy for the dick to have extra lubrication. Mind you, she already wet. Now she creaming. Nigga, I was putting faith through it. You know what I'm saying? Do I listen to Fabio? He said, met a little baddie. She was a wetty. It was a wetty. I was on it. Heavy. Messy. And real shit sexy. Hey. Oh, yeah, Fabio cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard Fabio's song that he did with Alicia Keys and Kanye West. That's a fire track. They did a remix to New York State of Mind, and Fabio did a drill version of New York State of Mind with Jay's. The original was Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, and he did a remix to it with Alicia Keys and Kanye West, and that shit is a banger. I'm gonna be honest, that shit is a banger for sure. Um, I mean, I've said it a bunch of times. This guy understands about his channel, bro. He just doesn't have it in him to really want to take his channel to the next level because he's so afraid of, like, I don't know what the nigga afraid of, but TC got to step it up with that content shit because that shit is very ass, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's boring and it's not like, because you just regurgitate the same fucking shit and you talking about surface level semen retention. That shit is surface level anyway. And bro, like, you don't even be doing those story times about your life. Like, you don't be doing shit for niggas to connecting with your fucking like, your shit is ass. At least I be doing all that shit. I do live. First of all, that's another thing he don't do. He don't go live. Why don't TC go live? You probably wondering, why don't most content creators go live like me? That's because niggas don't really have real life energy to be on live stream and be doing certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, live stream make niggas nervous. Let me just tell you something about these content creators that you don't know. When a nigga think about doing a live stream, a nigga start to quiver in his shit. Nigga get nerves. Nigga get them nerves. Go ask Jahad Green, nigga. How many videos have you seen live that Jahad Green has deleted? You know why? Because on them live, having them nerves. And then he don't want y'all niggas to see him like that. So he only posts the live streams where he feel like he was able to look good. But most of the time, the nigga delete all of that shit. Why is that? Because the nigga be having them nerves. You so tough, but you can't even do a live stream without deleting this shit because you don't like how you feel about, like, how it look. Because you don't really have the intellectual shit to really be able to do what I do. Where I could do a 9-hour live stream and leave it up there. And niggas still feel like it's quality content. Jahad Green, don't ever compare your stinking ass to me, nigga. You're not on my level. You scared of this internet shit, but you so fucking big and bad and tough. But you delete every motherfucking live stream that you do. Why don't you answer your subscribers that? You don't have the issues that I have with live streams. You live under a roof with Wi-Fi, right, Jahad? So what the fuck is your excuse? You don't have any connection problems, nigga. So what the fuck you be deleting your fucking live streams for? Trust me, I know why. You can fool all of the rest of your subscribers all you want to, but I know, nigga. I know. You can't fool me, boy. You can't even, nigga, Jahad can't even last long enough on live stream without doing some sort of like female mannerisms. Like, okay. You can't even last fucking 30, 20, 30, 15 minutes without ending up doing some sort of hand gesture that looks so feminine. You can't even help the shit. Why are you in the middle of talking, trying to be masculine? It's almost like you got to sit there and try to hold yourself because eventually something female is just going to come out. You'll be like, yeah, man, so at the end of the day, man, you just got to understand that. And you ain't even mean to. You just a sassy ass nigga. Naturally, you a naturally sassy nigga. What the fuck? How the fuck you a naturally sassy nigga? I don't even understand. That's a whole nother conversation. He know what I'm talking about, so... You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas don't ever see that from me. Ain't nobody ever come at me and say nothing like that. The most a nigga might have said is like, yo, he might have said some poor shit. Like, he said he drank his own seed, or nigga saw me giving the LGBTQ nigga advice. That's how you know I'm a real nigga, and I don't have no self-esteem issues where I could give a nigga that's gay advice about being gay, nigga. I'm a real ass nigga. And I'm sure of myself to the point where I can have these kind of mature conversations. I'm a different fucking breed. And y'all niggas ain't never complained about me ever having no female mannerisms. I've never heard a nigga say that. Niggas done said all the shit in the book about me is, trolling me. But a nigga has never trolled me and said that you be having female mannerisms. So just know, if a nigga is teasing you, Jihad, about having female mannerisms, it's cause you got some shit going on. That ain't just no troll shit. And I got the checkmate video that proves that all of that gay shit actually makes sense. For those that didn't watch it, nigga, go through my video history and go watch that video I got on Jihad called Checkmate. Expose the nigga for having a sus-ass history, nigga. So y'all New York people got deep voices or little kid voices like Shy EBK, or D-Thing. That nigga Shy EBK, his shit cool. So I was just listening to a freestyle from Shy EK. Like it's some freestyle series of like a nigga got a car and he's driving the car on the highway while the New York drill rappers in there like rapping and shit. That shit is actually kind of dope. I forgot the fucking name of that shit, cause I would tell you the shit for you niggas that's fans of New York drill, cause I don't feel like a lot of y'all niggas that's fans of New York drill know about that shit. I forgot the name of that shit. But I seen that shit. That shit was hard. I ain't gonna front. I was listening to that shit. Shy EK definitely, he nice. As far as the New York drill rapper, he definitely nice. And another nigga I feel like that's nice is 22 G's. 22 G's is nice. Coach the Ghost, he's definitely nice. To me, that was Hazardous Lights. Oh, you definitely know. Okay, so you really a New York drill fan. That's what it's called. So for y'all niggas that want to go watch the freestyle that I'm talking about, it's called Shy EK Hazard Lights. And then the freestyle I don't know if he did a few, but it's the most recent one. And a bunch of New York drill rappers be going up there doing freestyles in the car. And what I like about that Hazardous Light shit is that you could move around. You did that shit, bro? Like, you could move the fucking screen and shit. That shit is hard. That shit is hard. I'm not even gonna front. Once I start moving the screen around, nigga Shy EK turned the one way. He started throwing up his shit. And then he turned back to the kid. That shit was hard because I'm like, yo, you could really move this shit? Like, what the fuck? Yo. That shit was hard, bro. I like that. Like, I want to be able to do that to my videos. Like, where a nigga could watch my videos and you could, like, fucking scroll around and shit. Like, that is hard. I want to have music videos like that, too, bro. Like, where a nigga could scroll around on a music video. That shit is mad hard, bro. It's hard. That's my ideal music video right there. Like, music videos where a nigga could scroll around watching a music video. That shit is hard as fuck. I got to do a video like that. Look at your comment about your heart. I thought that was the comments what you said. You're too woke for YouTube. I feel like it's gonna take a big shift in the planet to get you. Maybe I'm wrong though. Yeah, they not gonna get me, bro. I'm too smart. They not gonna get me, bro. But what you say about Jihad, bro? I can't find that shit. Because he's sus. He like men. That's what you was talking about, bro. So I noticed that from Jihad, he is sus with them hand jobs. Yeah, that shit is super sus. Davis, you wouldn't be surprised. The biggest dude that get piped by dudes on the down low. Well, it'd be like that. It'd be like that for sure. It'd definitely be like that. What about UK drill? Yeah, I feel like there's UK drill that's dope. I feel like there's UK drill artists that are dope. I remember I had a little time like about like last year where I was watching like a UK drill like radio station where like UK drill artists would come up there all of the time and they would like freestyle on this guy's platform. And I'm gonna explain what he looked like because I forgot the name of it, but what he looked like for all the UK drill fans, like he's like he a black dude, but he's skinny. Some skinny black dude. I think he got a regular haircut, some regular low haircut. He a black skinny dude, and it's his facility that the UK drill artists come to, and they be rapping on that shit. If you a UK drill fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I just forgot the name of the shit, but when I was watching those freestyles, trying to get a feel of what's going on in the UK, Yeah, it's definitely dope. They could definitely rap, and they hella disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? The dude kept on like panning the camera to his face while the UK drill rappers would say some dark ass shit. Nigga pan the camera to his face and be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? No, not Charlie Sloth. I know who that is. No, not Fire in the Booth. It's another one. Daily W. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I forgot the name of it. But it's not Charlie Sloth though. I know who that is. That's different. Um I have any more questions? Yeah, it might be that. It might be SBTV. It might be. I'm gonna look it up after we get off this live stream to see if you're right. It might be. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. I mean, any more questions? Um, Soon I'm about to just wrap this up. So I could take a few more questions, and I guess I'm gonna just wrap this up. Like, Lord, I need help. Like, Lord, I'm towing this weapon. I gotta see with discretion. Like, I just be feeling depression. This shit is weird. I'm trying to figure this shit out. But I ain't got no idea. It's worse than this wig I did. All these niggas follow niggas. Man, these niggas gay to me. I mean, what is your views on fetishes? Is it normal or common? I mean, I don't know. Well, you have fetishes, for example, of like people that say, I have a feet fetish, right? Me, myself, I guess I would consider myself to have a foot fetish. The reason why I would say that is because I just don't like a woman that got ugly feet. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally, like, that's why I really appreciate a woman that has pretty feet. I really appreciate it, like in a different kind of way, because honestly, like I be scared of that when it comes to the dating world. Like a girl could be so pretty. What I do is I like to look at their hands to get a good idea of what their feet might look like. That's the type of foot fetish that I got. I look at a girl hands and then try to think about if her feet look just as good, maybe, or something like that. But yeah, fetishes, I would say it depends on the fetish though, because there are some fetishes where things start to go a little bit too far. Let me try to think of an example. Like, okay, like BDSM fetishes. Like BDSM, for people that don't know what that is like, the whips and all the, the chains and the tying you up and just all of that extra crazy ass shit, and you like, really restraining them or some shit like that, with just like all of this extra, like you in a Saw episode, nigga, like the Saw movie, and the way they be restraining them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some dark BDSM people out there that like that dark whipping and restrainment and all of that shit. That's where it's like, okay, now things might be going a little bit too far, because I don't think we need all that. I don't think there's no need for no woman to be tying me up. For what? I don't need to be tying no woman up. It's women out here that want you to hog. It's dudes out here, matter of fact, that like to hog tie women. I heard a woman actually tell a story about this, where she met this white guy, and the white guy had a fetish to want to hog tie her. For those that don't know what a hog tie is, that's where you tie somebody up like you tie up a pig, where you put them in like all fours, but then you put their hands behind their back, tie them, and then you tie their feet together, and then I think you connect the rope to the hands and the feet, like a hog tie. Like people that want that kind of domination, like I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it could be fun because like now she really can't do nothing and she really got to submit on a different level if you know what you're doing sexually and you really dominate her and you got to tie it up. That can definitely maybe make a woman have a crazy orgasm, maybe, but I do think it's too much. I can't really remember other things of like where these fetishes start to get out of hand, but nah, I don't. For the most part, I don't think. I'm not gonna say for the most part. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna say, to some extent, it's not a bad thing. But there are a lot of fetishes out here that I can't think of that is like that doesn't need to be a fetish, my guy, or something wrong with you. Said a girl gave me a job with her feet, mind blowing experience. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want that. That's okay. That's a weird fetish for somebody to have. To want like a woman to have nice feet to the point where like you want her to do that. Like that's weird as fuck to me. I don't want no female doing that shit. What the hell? Nah. Yeah. A lot of women like 50 Shades of Grey type of shit. A lot of women like 50 Shades of Grey type of shit. Trust me. So if you looking to like learn about women, read the book 50 Shades of Grey. You'll learn a lot about women because I'm telling you, it's a lot of women that love that book. Trust me. A lot of women was reading that book and they pussy was wet. Trust me. I myself got to read the book. I haven't read it, but I've heard a lot of women vouch for that book. Women I've even dealt with personally that said that they've read that book and they like it. I didn't watch the movie 50 Shades of Grey, nah. Is it the same as the book? Because I heard the book is probably a little bit different. Coach, you ever be messing with people? Like, I used to mess with people's psyche to the point where I say something normal, but they take it as a side, sin, but they can't say anything because it'll make them look crazy. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. See, that's a great way to learn how to that's a great way to like test people. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to learn how to play with somebody's psyche in order to get a good perspective about who they are. So if you know how to do these little mind tricks, especially as a man that's looking for a woman to build an empire with, then you have every right to shit test her. I don't know why they make it seem like it's okay for women to shit test men, but a man can't shit test a woman. When I'm about to be sacrificing all of this build up that I'm building up, especially a guy like me on blood retention, I'm gonna shit test the fuck out of my woman that comes next before I ever feel comfortable enough to start a legacy with that woman. Absolutely. So just know, you have every right to shit test women too. Don't just let women shit test you. You can shit test them too. Absolutely. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Don't make you less masculine, no nothing. Yeah, nah, the positions are crazy, especially if they got a fat ass, bro. Trust me. Nigga having flashbacks. Trust me. I know what it's like, doing all them weird, crazy positions with a girl that got a truck. Yeah, that shit is tough, for sure. That shit is tough. Avis, your opinion on ass eating? You funny. I feel like that is a man making a fool out of himself doing that. Like, all right, I'm gonna say this: for a man that's gonna do that to a woman that's not your girlfriend, you are a disgusting weak ass nigga. Right now, if you have a wife and that's your wife and you're the only man that's hitting that, then fuck it, do what you gotta do. Me myself, I may try it. I've never tried it before. But I heard that a woman could get a certain feeling from that because it's a very sensitive area to be doing that, and it can make her pussy wet. This is what I've heard. It make the pussy wetter and tighter. And I've also heard that if you put like a butt plug in a woman's, behind, it also makes their pussy tighter as well. I guess, little sex trick for all my grown niggas out here that ain't tried certain shit. I haven't tried it myself either. But if I had a wife, I'd do it. I wouldn't mind doing it because it's my wife. And I'm only, she only fucking me and we gonna be together forever. We got a legacy together that's gonna be my one, then I'll do it. But it would take some time for me to probably get to that point. I'll probably wait like a couple years just to make sure that this is really like a long lasting relationship, just to be safe. But even if I guess I would still do it. I mean, as long as I'm the only one that's hitting that and that's mine and she clean, I don't really see the big issue. But I feel like there's an issue with it when you're doing that to a woman that is just in your rotation. That's where the problem comes in. Because like, why the fuck are you trying to go to the lengths of pleasing a woman like that to the point where you're doing that? But that's not even your girl. That's not even your girl. And you want to please her that much? I think you doing too much. And I think that you playing yourself completely. So that's my take on that. Eating booty is called rimming. That's hilarious. I ate ass before it was a girl I knew since middle school. But if it wasn't your girlfriend and she had a rotation of niggas, that's where, it's a problem, bro. It's a problem. I relapsed a couple hours ago after 4 months on NoFap. I had an instant headache at the back of my head. Was gonna link this girl tomorrow, but my sack is empty. I'm gonna have to postpone it till next week. This nigga's funny, bro. um, I mean, yeah, like, so I would say, like, that go, bro, 4 months. There should be no reason why there's people relapsing on these long streaks. But like I said, the reason why people are relapsing is because they're not on blood retention. You niggas think you can still eat whatever the fuck you want to eat and, have your, clog up your inside of your digestive system and your colon, and then you sleeping on your stomach. So now, your system ain't properly digesting stuff, and now your colon is really swollen and it's really pushing up against your prostate, and you be getting them different type of bricks, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So get on blood retention. Or else I feel like honestly y'all gonna forever be struggling with relapsing, especially on long days. I mean, on high days. The higher days you get, the more you gonna fucking struggle. Because y'all niggas don't sleep on your back, y'all sleep on your stomach. So your body never has a chance to fucking digest and properly digest stuff because you eating all day, eating 3-4 times a day, you're not fasting, you don't eat 1 meal a day, sleeping on your stomach. So you even while you sleeping, your fucking system can't properly digest it. Like, bro, y'all niggas don't get how deep it goes, my boy. Word, 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 nigga, word, nigga, word, word, nigga, word, word. Why does busting too much make you bald? That's a great question, actually. I don't actually think that I can directly answer that. But I would say since hair comes from your brain and busting a whole bunch comes from, it takes from your brain fluid, right? Meaning that your brain doesn't properly operate at its best because it's lacking the brainal fluid that it needs. I would say it has something to do with, something along the lines of that, your testosterone. You know, I would say hair, if it comes from your head, from your brain, I would say hair is probably made up of water, brain fluid, and blood. So if there's water, brain fluid, and blood in our semen, then the less semen that we have in our body, our hair is gonna be like shit. That's just my educated guess. I feel like I am kind of hitting the nail on the head for the most part, but I would say that's my answer on that. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in that answer, honestly. But I gotta go, y'all. I've been on here for a long time. Let me answer this last question. Have you always had sex with condoms? If not, how could someone have sex without protection and still be safe? I mean, that's a great question. And here's your chance if you want to ask a question while I'm answering this. If I see a question that's also good, I'll answer it. But if it's not worth it, I'm just gonna get off here. Um, well, I've been in relationships with women, and most of the bodies that I have are women that was only fucking me. Maybe like 1 or 2 women I fucked like that wasn't my girlfriend, but I still was fucking the bitches raw. But women women ain't really. I was the type of nigga that wanted me to be raw. Like I was a different. Women like when I'm raw. Like that's how you know when a woman, maybe really like how you do your thing. Like when like you hitting it with the condom and she really just desiring you to just have just to feel. She want to feel you. When a woman wants you to take that off and she want to feel you, trust me, that's gonna be something very hard to say no to, my boy. Very hard. So for the most part, no, I haven't had sex with condoms. For the most part, I've always been raw. And how do you still have safe sex? There is no safe way to do it if you're doing it raw. There is no safe way. There isn't. It doesn't exist. Yeah, that's to answer your question. There is no safe way to have sex if you're not using a condom. It's not. So it's about having sex with virgins or low body count women. Well, that's the ideal goal. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, I see another question. Wait, do I? Okay, I do. Can you explain the negatives of corn? Yeah. I feel like I might have answered this before, but let me say it again. See, corn causes a synthetic dopamine rush, a flood of synthetic dopamine, a flood of it. The more you watch, the longer you watch, and the more often that you watch, your brain is just constantly being flooded with synthetic dopamine. Synthetic meaning genetically modified. In other words, fake dopamine. So the negative sides of porn is that as well. Like we have never felt the real feeling of real dopamine. None of us really know the real feeling of what a real dopamine rush feel like. None of us don't even really know what the fuck that shit feel like. And there's people that's gonna die on this planet never have had really experiencing a real dopamine rush. You know why? Because their brain was already too flooded with being a corn addict and flooding their brain with a bunch of synthetic dopamine. So now there's really no room for you to have a real dopamine rush because in order for you to have a real dopamine rush, you first have to go through the NoFap reboot and reboot your brain so that your brain can reboot back to its natural state and get rid of the flood of you've been flooding it for years and it's been operating on a synthetic level. It's been affecting your brain to operate on a synthetic level, which has been turning you into an AI, aka iRobot, aka Tesla bot. Okay, so I'm out of here. I have fun. I'm gonna do this again next time real soon. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.